Hey, appreciate your patience, Mr. Garrett.
Yeah.
Gentleman was just calling me. I get calls all day now about what we got going on right here, like all day,
You the
all
man.
day.
You
And
the
it's like,
man.
it's family and it's friends. So it's like, I don't want to tell them, hey, not right now. But I did went ahead and we are live right now on Facebook. So if you want to later on, you could definitely check this out. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
How
But
do we find it on YouTube?
so, that's a great question. Oh, my YouTube is 369 trillion. 369 trillion. And after you type that in, it should come up. And I did put your email address in there, so you should be one of the individuals who have access to the lives, because it's email access permission in a sense. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to have
Mm-hmm.
permission to actually have access to it.
I'll play around and find it. No big deal. And you know what other thing is? Like I know you do this minute by minute per se, right? So me, I guess I'm just looking to initially till I get comfortable would be
Right.
to let stuff sit there, let it marinate.
Definitely. I
So I
would,
don't know.
especially if it's a good asset, you know.
Yeah.
If you feel like it's a good asset, why not, allow it to sit. And you have understanding that some of the profit that you made will retrace a little bit, because you understand, as the conversation we had at the beginning, you understand that the market's going to retrace. So you're not you're not surprised about anything that's going on. And that's the other thing. That's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do, is just make sure that any and everything that I know that could happen, let me share that information with the family. So as it happens, the family's not, surprised or going crazy. Hey, what's going on? Why is my money dropping? Blah, blah, blah. Everybody understands. And it sounds like right now, you just really gather full understanding about what's going on, which is really, really good. And that's going to help you throughout this process. Because if you notice, it's almost, it has all the other things going on, but what really, really drives this space is our emotions, because our money's attached to it. So, you'll always hear me harp on that, like our emotions, making sure our emotions are in a good place when we're in this space, so we can really, really thrive in it. And that's because as human beings, we make better decisions when our emotions are calm versus when our emotions are erratic, and making an investment of a couple of $100 or a couple of $1,000, whatever, or tens of thousands of dollars, I want our people to be in a good place emotionally before they make that decision. I think that's the real key. So, like I said, we are recording. I want to give a couple of more people a little chance to kind of fall through while we do that. If anybody is on and anybody else has any other questions, or if you yourself, Mr. Gary, have any other questions, or like a great statement that you just brought up, please bring it up. Let's talk about it real quick. Definitely. Definitely. Let's see. Did everybody get a chance to watch both videos? The psychological video also. That's kind of like my favorite. I know the guy's accent isn't it's a little strong, but hopefully it's still like it still can be understood in a sense. But I thought that was a really good video, the psychology of trading and stuff like that. He's got like 6 rules. I wanted to write those 6 rules down, and I think it was 7, and make them my rules. But I haven't done it yet. But I really, really like those rules. I think it's definitely very helpful, when it comes to making good decisions and stuff like that. So, what was I going to say? I guess we'll wait for a couple of more people, maybe 1 or 2 more people to kind of fall through. The good thing is we are recording live on YouTube, and everybody who has given me their email should have email access. And hopefully that has fixed our issue on being able to look at recordings from here on out, which I think is amazing. So now we can spend the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, and all the recordings will be on there. And I'm going to try and also do short recordings on like specific things like uptrends and downtrends. Maybe do like a little 5-minute video or something like that on uptrends and downtrends. And just kind of focus on that and use different examples from different charts and different assets. Because I know the other day, I know we still had a couple of people who maybe just needed a little bit more refreshing when it comes to that. So I want to start doing little short videos on different little trends and stuff like that, so people can watch those too, and not necessarily have to watch a full 3 hours or 4 hours, or try and skim through the 4 hours just to kind of get that small little bit of information that they may just needed to kind of go over one more time. So definitely. Definitely got a couple of more people have fallen through. I definitely appreciate everybody's time. I know it is Monday for everybody also. So I definitely appreciate everybody being here. Let's see. So what I want to do today is, like I say, if everybody has the capability to be able to pull up TradingView right now and watch the asset that we're watching together, move it around together. I want us to really kind of, from here on out, unless I say, hey, you don't have to necessarily mimic my screen in a sense like that, I do want us from here on out to kind of pay attention to the screens, and do your best to try to like follow along or whatnot. Try and make the same lines that I may make, or whatever, or whatever you see me do this next week. If you can, try and mimic it to the best of your abilities. I am going to slow down a lot, and I am going to be a little bit more redundant in a sense of or what I do. Like I'll try not to just do something. I'll try and explain what I'm doing and the move I'm making before I do it, because I know that everybody else is trying to follow along. So definitely. And definitely grand rising to all of the family and peace. Definitely. It's a wonderful Monday, an amazing Monday, believe it or not. And, we're going to see if we can make some more money live again. I think Sundial, as you can see, I have it pulled up right here on the chart right now. So around about 9:30, you will see me click over and go into my account and try and take some profit again, because I think I got in around about 80 cents or so. And right now, it closed at 81. But as you can see right now with the pre-market, it has already done 19 and a half cents pre-market. So really the price of this particular asset is up to $1.01. And you'll notice that where you see right here in gold or yellow, whichever color is representing on your screen, that it has the word pre right there next to it, and then it's showing $1, which it has the dollar right here also. So even though it's not giving me a candlestick to represent where it's at, it is giving me somewhat the price action on the side with the chart to let me know exactly where that is. So, there is a great chance that when the market starts for me at 9:30, hopefully Mr. Profit will be taking profit again, But I definitely want to see if we can get some live good information. What I'm on right now is Sundial. I'm on Sundial on a 5-minute chart. So if you have the opportunity, if you're not doing anything, let's look at it. Let's look at it together. I have it to where, let's see, let me hit my 5-minute. I have it to where I have the end of the chart right here. I have it scrolled. I'm scrolling with my with my finger on my mouse to make it bigger. I'm clicking on my chart anywhere to bring it down a little bit more, because I want to see this up here. And then I'm going to scroll up a little bit more. Of course, this is working its way out of my frame. So I'm gonna move it over some more, but not too much because there's the end. So I wanna click over here on the side and I wanna scroll up. And I just wanna do my best to try and put all of this in front of me because I'm looking at this price action on the side right here. And this price action is at some point in time going to reflect either a candle or a wick over here. So I want to have that also right next to me as we're talking right now, because it's going to stop or rest somewhere. Where? Who knows? But it is going to stop and rest around this area. And we have a couple of different things. So I'm going to zoom this in right now because I know it's not 9:30 and we don't have any charts. We don't have any candlesticks to represent where the pre-market is right now because it's before 9:30. So I'm just looking at this area right now. I'm paying attention over here to the pre-market, and I'm just deciding where is it going to rest, what is it going to do, what's going on basically, and where myself I may get in or may get out at, and just seeing where's those ceiling and those floors are at. Where's there's a lot going on, and there's a really good chance that this asset could be falling in between or trading in between right now. So right now, this asset could be trading with pre-market candlesticks in between this area. I don't want to, of course, guarantee anything, but those areas right here look like really strong areas just because of you have a candlestick ending right here. You have a candle body resting right here. You have a body going through it. You have another candle body. Sorry, let me make it bigger. Please forgive me. You have another candle body right here resting on it. You have a wick almost shooting past it a little bit. You have another big candle body. So I'll definitely look at that right now as an area. This green right here, the middle green line, we have this one right here. This candlestick is touching it. This candle body is pretty much touching it. This candle body right here is resting on it. This wick right here is resting on it. And this big candlestick has gone through it. And so, we're going to see what's going on. As you can see right now, it's kind of working its way down a little bit, but we're going to see. That's why I added this third line also, to where we see the body of it resting right here on this candle. We see the body right here resting. We see another body right here resting. We see a wick right here resting. We see a wick go through it. We see another candle body resting on it. And we see another candle body stopping at it. And we see another wick right here in the lower frame touching it, and another wick right here touching it. So this particular area could be it. Of course, I'm just trying to use my wicks and my candle bodies to indicate this information. Like I say, that's the next step that I want everybody to understand when it comes to reading these candlesticks and the candle structures. Paying attention to where the bodies are at, where the bodies are resting, where they're stopping at, where the wicks are stopping at. And can you see a couple of them resting or stopping, or are either using it as a floor or ceiling? Do you see wicks or candle bodies stopping at certain points and seeing multiple ones do it in the area to kind of give us somewhat of a little indication of what's going on and where this particular asset itself could be trading into, or where it could stop at, or where it can go up to? So that's definitely what I want people to understand as we get further and further along when it comes to our knowledge. And look at this right here. Yeah, our knowledge of the candlesticks and our knowledge of the charts. I just want us to keep growing and keep growing. And part of our growth is understanding the structures and understanding that they're going to tell a story for the future. They're definitely going to tell a story for the future. And I want us to be able to see that and recognize it and not be surprised when we see low wicks like this, say like a low wick like this right here, and be like, okay, well, I see this low wick right here. There's a good chance that there's going to be a candlestick that's going to touch down here. And what happens? Sure enough, so it's just one of those things. Same thing with this wick right here. Seeing this wick right here and be like, there's pretty much good chance that a candlestick is going to be reaching down here. And sure enough, this candlestick reached down here. So that's all I just want to make sure that we understand And it's the same thing as going up. You know, when we have candlesticks at the top in the future, there's a great chance that our asset is going to try to rest a candle body on this wick level at some point in time. And it's the same thing vice versa. There's going to be a wick that's a candle body that's going to rest on a wick. Do we kind of understand that in a sense?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Is that becoming like a little bit more clearer and clearer?
Refreshing my mind.
Yes.
Because that's going to really, really help you as you're charting and you're like, okay, where's this asset possibly going to go? What is it possibly going to do? You know, what's going to possibly happen? And we want to use all of our wicks to on the top and the bottom to be our guide to kind of help us know that, okay, yeah, I do see that this asset could go up here or go down here. And I don't want to be surprised if either happened, because I do see wicks in that particular direction. And it's not surprising to me. I understand what's going on.
How do you put the green line in the middle of the three gray lines? How do you put them?
Yes, great question. Great question. It sounds like that's Mr. Oval. How we doing?
Yeah.
And Mrs. Marie. To do that, this is what I did. Let me hit my trash can to take it off. So if you put anything on there that you don't want on there, and you done messed your chart all the way up with all these drawings and stuff, and you're like, how do I get them all off here? This is your drawing area. This left side right here, all of this right here on the left is your drawing area. And you just want to hit your trash can, and that'll remove it. Now, if we click the arrow on the side, because pretty much not all of them, but most of them have arrows on the side, and we'll go into those next with that great question. You can click that you want to remove your drawings. You can click to say, hey, you know what? I want to remove all my indicators, which these are our indicators. Our indicators normally sit right here, or they sit right here. You know, those are our indicators. So you can have your trash can remove just drawings. It can remove just indicators, or you can just have everything removed and it'll take everything out if you click this selection right here. So just a quick understanding of that. Now, my toolbar that I have right here, this is my portable, in a sense, toolbar that I can put anywhere on the screen. I can put it here, I could put it here, I could put it here. But these are all my different drawing settings that I have put stars next to. So to answer your question, to put a horizontal line, you want to come right here down, not to the first selection, but the second selection, and then click on the arrow on the side. And then there we go. We have our trend lines. So anytime we want to do an upward trend or a downward trend, we want to use this. If we want to use our horizontal lines, this is what we will click on also. You can put a star next to it. And if you're on the free subscription, of course, they will limit the amount of stars available, but you do, I think, have the ability to at least have one or two. Yeah. And I also have a vertical line, and I use the vertical line sometimes to cut off certain areas, say like, okay, well, we were in a downtrend right here, but you know, I want to show that from here on out, we are in an uptrend. So this is why I use my vertical line sometimes for stuff like that, just to cut off certain areas to see what's going on. Yeah. So that's definitely good. And the other things are also good. I just haven't extended my knowledge to those particular points yet to use them. I just want to be honest, but I do understand that they have a vital need, and there will come a time to where I am using them, and also the family is using them. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Oh yeah, I like that in the charts, Miss Hughes. Yeah, I definitely follow Chris, and yep, definitely Zoom Media is a good one. I've been on Zoom Media, so Chris is a little late, and I'm a little happy that I am ahead of Chris. But yes, Zoom Media is definitely a good one. And to answer Oval's great question, you just want to come over here to the side, right under the first selection will be your mouse. You know, your indicator. How do I want to do it? Do I want to use a dot and it just shows a dot? Do I want to use crosshairs to where I have the crosshairs now? So now I can look over there to the side at my price, and I can look straight down at my date also and get a crosshair information on this particular asset on this particular date at this particular time was this particular amount, you know. So that's how you switch your crosshairs. You can do it to a arrow, or you can even use an eraser. So just keep that in mind. And like I say, you definitely have a lot of wonderful selections when it comes to the different lines that you can create throughout this. So please have fun with this. Please, you know, experiment. Like I say, you can't mess this space up. If you put something on there that you don't like, all you got to do is just hit your trash button. If you're like, oh, I just want to start over, hey, it's perfectly fine to hit that close button at the top and come right back into it and just start over fresh. That's what I do. But if so you don't have to go through that long process, you can hit the trash can right here at the bottom. So just keep that in mind. Now this next one right here, these get a little bit more sophisticated and provide more lines and more graphs and things of that nature. So once you feel like you're in that particular space, by all means, please utilize this. I know that these are here to help. I'm not there yet to where I'm using them, so I'm not teaching them, but I do understand that they are here for a reason and they do have a purpose. By all means, like I say, if the family happens to use one and learn something, please come teach the rest of the family. We're definitely here, open ears and open minds to try and learn new things. The next one is your drawing. That's why you'll see the little like paintbrush in a sense. And this is where you can get whatever kind of brush drawing you want. You can use a highlighter. You can use the path. I sometimes use the path to show bull flags or bear flags. So like I'll do this and then come down and do this and then do this, you know. So that's what the path is really good for. And then you have to double click at the end to stop it. If not, it'll just keep going forever. And you'll just have this this long snake-like structure all over your chart. So just keep that in mind. Definitely. So I like to use that. And this one right under it is the text. So if you want to, I have used the text before to I'll type something next to a line or something. You can anchor your text, which I'm assuming that means put it at the bottom. You can put notes on your screen. You can anchor your note, which I'm assuming puts it at the bottom. You can signpost, meaning if possibly if you're publishing anything, meaning we'll get to that, but I can publish a picture of this particular chart right here and send it out, and it's like my copy or something that I'm sending out to the world to where other people can see it. I don't know what a call out is, I can't lie. Or maybe it's just using this shape right here to type something in. Also the balloon, I'm assuming they're the same, just maybe a different name, but you can probably type something inside of here. Price label, they kind of all look the same, maybe just have different names. So you have all these to your advantage and at your disposal. You have the arrows going left, the arrows going right, arrow going up, arrow going down. And it looks right at the bottom there, looks like somewhat of a flag mark also. So you definitely have all these different things at your disposal. If you can find use for them, please definitely use them. Whatever you need to make you successful in this space, I want people to use it. Somebody keep me honest with 930 because I definitely don't want to miss out on that profit just in case I'm talking. These right here are definitely different patterns. I have to be honest with you, I have not used any of these yet. So my experience or knowledge with these is definitely limited, but I definitely encourage the family, if they can find out how to use these and use these properly, please bring that information to the family so we can learn. Same thing with this area over here. Like I say, I don't use a lot of these things as everybody's listening to me now, but as you also seen physically with your own eyes, that I don't need them to be successful in here. So I don't want anybody to think that you need to know all of this to be successful. You don't. All of these things have a perfect time and a perfect place to be used. We just have to learn at that particular point how to use them. So I just want to make sure we understand that, and we're not thinking, dang, I got to learn all of this before I can start making money. No, you don't. I didn't myself. So you do not need to. So just keep that in mind. But I do want to still go over them, show them, display them. So if anybody else's light bulb is cutting on for these shapes or these signs or whatever was going on, and you may right off know how to use them, I want you to know where it's at and be able to use them. Like I say, I try to be very encouraging about this space. This is your kind of like, almost like, your icons. I like to use the arrow, but you can use any one of these. You can just click onto it, and I'm assuming it'll take the place of what's represented right here. And you can use all of these to your disposal. Let me move this down a little bit. Okay, right here. Okay, perfect. You can use all of these to your disposal, however they fit for however you're trying to tell a story. They have multiple different characters and icons. So whichever one works best for you, definitely please use it. They got the little airplane, they got the rocket. I guess both of those are trying to indicate that it's going in a certain direction, up or whatever. So definitely use those. And this is the icon space right here. Let's see, this is the ruler space right here to measure. I haven't used it yet, I want to be honest. So if somebody happens to use it before me and really gets it down pat, please share it with your boy. I'm always taking in new information. And this is the zoom in. I'm assuming that we click on it and it zooms in on whatever we want to zoom in on, say that, and once I made that little square like that, this particular area just zoomed in a lot. Of course, I want to take this off, so I'm going to hit the back button. And I definitely want to make sure that everybody knows where the back button is when we start going over here and we start adding things or removing things, and we're like, oh, I don't want that, or, oh no, I messed up. Please understand where your back button is. And of course, once you add something, it creates a forward button. So it'll go back to where I was at. Everybody see that? Everybody see where I'm at as far as I zoomed in, I clicked on the zoom button over here, which after clicking on the zoom button, it actually created a zoom out button right under there, which is pretty cool. But it zoomed in a certain spot that I indicated and made it bigger. But then I wanted to back it up because that's not what I don't want it to stay on there. But everybody knows where their back button, and if they hit the back button on accident and they wanted to keep what they did, the redo button is right next to it. So the undo and the redo button, everybody knows where that is. And also it looks like there's an actual shortcut by hitting Control Z to go backwards and also hitting Control Y to go to redo. Everybody sees that? Okay.
Yeah.
This button right here is going to definitely be, these buttons right here are going to be our friends right here. These main two buttons are going to be our friends, especially at the beginning and even throughout the process. Like I'll make a line, sometimes I'll make a horizontal line,
It's
and
time.
then I'll start moving.
Prophet, it's time.
It's 9:30. 9:30.
I'll be moving my chart and I'll make a mistake and accidentally move my horizontal line, and I'm like, oh damn, where was it? And then I'll just go back and hit my back button, and then it'll go back to exactly where I had it at. So I still use this undo button as much as possible. Oh, it is 9:30. Thank you. Oh yes, thank y'all. All right, so let's do it. Let's take profit. Let's take profit. Let's definitely take profit. Let's see where we're at. All right, let me watch the chart a little bit longer, see if it's going to still be going up in the upward dimension. Right now, it looks like it could be creating some form of a little bull flag, but we're going to watch it. We still got a little price action going up, which is good. I love it. That's more money. Let's see. And then once I get a wick, once I start getting a higher wick, that's going to be my indication to say, okay, it could be time, you know, but right now I still have a full body. So I'm watching it. But once I do get a wick, you may see your boy take profit straight up. I ain't gonna lie. All right, I got mine. Okay, there we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? And that's why, because I know this asset. I know this asset. I know, and in my opinion, I know this asset. I know that this asset is going to do that. It is going to jump up, and then it's going to spend the rest of the day coming down. It kind of just does that. You know, I'm okay with it because I know now. At first, I didn't. So we'll come back to that. But thank you for whoever reminded me. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So as we were here, this is the zoom in button. I don't know what this is. It looks like, of course, a magnet, but it looks like a weak magnet and a strong magnet. I'm going to have to look that up to see why that's why we have that on here, because I know there's a reason for it, but I don't know. It looks like you can stay in drawing mode by clicking on here and locking that in with this particular button. And of course, lock all drawing tools. I mean, you can probably lock them in so they don't change or switch on you or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. And of course, this right here is your eyeball for any drawings. So if I wanted to hide that, I can, and I can hide all my drawings at once versus, let me put that back on here. As we see, we have this green line right here, right? So if I click on it, you see how my little toolbar for it has come up. So anytime you pretty much create any type of drawing, a toolbar is going to come up and give you access to it. And it's going to also let you know that this actual drawing or whatever you've clicked on over here is activated in a sense. And until this disappears by me just clicking somewhere, anywhere on the chart, now it's not activated. It shouldn't move or it shouldn't be able to change color or anything. But if I click on it, it is going to reactivate it. If I say, well, hey, I want to change my color to where my color is red right here, that's where I do it. But I have to click on it first. Like right now, it's not clicked on. So I'm going to click on it as such. And then now it's back clicked on, and I can click up here by color and I can change it to whatever color I want it to be that I think it's, it works with me. As I go over here, this is gonna now give us the opportunity to make our lines thicker. What if you say, well, hey, this line for me, this is too small. I wanna make it thicker. You can do that. As you can see, it made it a little bit thicker. If you wanna do it again, it made it a lot thicker. If you wanna hit that last button, now, boom, it can become that thick for you if that's how you want it and that's how you want to see, because that's important for you to be able to see your chart. That's very important. So I'm going to click it back over here so I can see, but this is how you change the size of it. It's deactivated, so I'm going to activate it again by clicking on it. As you can see, the toolbar comes up. This is the style. If I don't want to use a line, but I want to use dots, I can use that. If I want to come back over here and I want to use a different style of dots, I can. If I want to go back to my line, I can. This is my settings on this. And I went to here before, but let's just go over it a little bit more. Like I say, the style is pretty much the color. I can change it here, or I can change also if I want to use the lines of the dots. So just keep that in mind. Also, I can change the thickness of it. So definitely I can literally go to my settings and I can change all three of these from my settings. If I don't want to change them from my settings, I can individually go to each one and change the color, change the thickness, and change the style of the line. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, yes.
All right, so let's see. All right. If we go back to my settings, if I want to put, well, hey, this is where I got in at, my entry price. So I understand what this line is. And I don't want the color, as you can see, as I've typed it, to be yellow. I may want it to be green also. And I also may want the font to be 24. You know, I may want it to be bold. I may want it to be italicized. You know, I may want the text alignment to be at the bottom instead of the middle of the line, or I can have it on top of my line. I can have it to where it's to the left of the line. I can have it in the center. As you can see, it just moved over right here. And then I can also click to where I can have it to the right. So you have all these functions and all these features that you can use to put it wherever you like for it to put it at. Just keep in mind, you know, try not to junk up your chart too much, because then it'll be difficult to read it. So template, save as, so you can save this to where this could be your thing, or you can apply default settings and it can go back to where it was originally at. And do keep in mind, anytime that you do anything in this space, you have to hit the OK button. If not, it won't save it. It won't apply it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so now we're going into the coordination, and just to show, as we can see, look at this asset. It's not going up past that, is it? That's why I was asking. I was like, well, hey, I just want to know when the wick happens, because I already know once the wick happens on this asset going up, it's done, and it will be kind of just working its way down from here. I already know that, but I do want to. I'm a day trader or a swing trader, so I do like to catch the bottoms down here and then get out at the top. I do. I can't lie. So, but I just wanted to show that to be a little proof that, hey, this is what's going on. Pay attention to those candle wicks. Pay attention to those candle bodies, because they will tell a story. Where was I? Okay, this. Let me click back on it to activate it. Let me go back to settings. Okay, so that's text. Does everybody understand the text portion of the horizontal line, or any of the lines that you put on there? I'm assuming that you'll have these similar features. Does everybody kind of understand this space right here?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Perfect. And always stop me and ask great questions. And I did this before, but I want to do it again. Let's just say that I know that my exact price is, 81 cents, and it wasn't initially on there when I put it on there. And then me trying to do this as far as like drag it directly on to 81 cents is just kind of tedious, and I'm not doing it. My mouse isn't working, whatever. I can just say, forget it. I'm not doing it that way, and come right over here, go to coordination, please forgive me. And I can go over here and type it right in. And then after I type it in, I must hit the OK. And now, of course, it'll sit right there directly on 81, not 81 and something or whatever. So if you want to be that technical, you can. And this is how you do so. Look at that wick right there developing. Ooh, how much time we got? 10 seconds. It may stay a green candle. There it is. All right. So let's go back up here. And like I said, you just want to type in whatever number you know it is, and hit that OK button. And this is going to be real big when we're using other platforms' dollar amount, but we're using this platform's space to chart it. Remember, I was talking about that earlier. Sometimes on my crypto.com, I'm noticing that all of my assets on there are a little bit higher than the price that's on TradingView. So when that happens, I normally do the math and correct it, and I put it where exactly it should be at on here to represent here, but also represent my price on a totally different platform. Does everybody kind of understand that mumbo jumbo I just said?
No, I don't. What do you mean the price will change?
Okay, so
On another platform.
all right,
Yeah.
so right now Sundial is at 98.17.
Yeah.
But if I go to, it may not be up already, but okay, it's not up yet. Hold on. But if I go to Robinhood, Robinhood has it at 98 cents, 98.1, right here, right at the top. And it changes. See right here, I don't know, it's difficult to see it, but right here, it does still give me the price, even though it's not showing. It's showing 98.55, 98, you know, so it's fluctuating, but they're not the same. They will be off. Every platform will be off a cent or two. You'll pretty much never see, none of the platforms have the same exact number. And that's because all of the platforms are literally like buying these assets and turning around and selling them to us. So they make money off, you know, putting a couple of cents or a dollar or so on each one of these assets and us paying it. And that's how they get paid. They get paid off of fees. And sometimes the fees are already cooked into the price to where the price is a little bit more on this particular website than it is on that website, and vice versa. So just keep that in mind. That's a nice bull flag right there. So, but yes, just keep that in mind that the assets can be different. So this is the reason why my horizontal line is still activated, because my toolbar is still up here, I see. So I know that it is. So if this feature for me has been really helpful for this coordinate feature right here has been very helpful as far as putting my exact price for a different website exactly on this particular website, so I can know exactly how much I've gone up, even though I'm on a totally different website with a totally different price. Does that kind of make sense now?
Yeah.
Meaning if say like Robinhood is like, it's 99, but it's 99.60 versus 99.51 as this asset is right now. That means I'm a ninth of whatever that, you know, however you pronounce that. I know that I'm 9 ticks over this one right here. So if I wanted to do my coordination, and instead of me saying that I bought right at 81, I know that I didn't, because I'm 9 ticks above that. I bought it for 81 cents on Robinhood, but on here that I know that it's 9 ticks ahead of that. So I would want to do my price of this and do that. Does that kind of make sense now? Y'all see how I did that math? Because I realized that I bought it on another website to where it was 9 tenths more than on the website that I actually used to check it and see. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Then the difference in between those amounts.
Right. Yes. The difference in between that amount, I'm gonna put it here, meaning I paid 81 cents on a different website, right?
Yeah.
But on this website, it didn't represent 81 cents. It represented, at the time, it was 79. It was 79. 91, and that's because 71, and that's because this website is 9 tenths behind the other website. And I'm sorry, this is still wrong. Please forgive me.
No, that's okay.
Please forgive me. It should be that.
Okay.
Because if I add 9 to the end of that, this will make it 81 cents even. And that's what I did pay for it on the different site. But on this site, on TradingView is 9 tenths behind. So I want to represent that in my coordinates and my line and make sure that it's on the right, where it's supposed to be, on this particular site to represent the other site.
What site that was again?
I'm on Robinhood.
Okay.
G, I
Yes,
text
sir.
you the other Zoom. This is a paid for Zoom. This everybody in here has already paid for it. You got to go to the other Zoom, my brother. You know I love you dearly, but we have to.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Hold
That's
on.
what I sent you in the text. I appreciate you. Thank you, good brother.
You welcome.
Yes, sir.
Can you show the math again, how you subtracted or added?
Yes, ma'am, I can definitely do that. Okay. All right, so because I paid 81 cents, but over on Trading View, I know that Trading View is behind 9/10. So I come over here and I hit subtract and I hit my decimal and I hit boom, boom, and I hit it again because it was in the fourth place over here. It was in the fourth slot to where the it was different. So I'm gonna put a 9 right here, and that's how I got that number. And I put that number in here where my coordinates are at, so I can be exactly where I'm really at on my other website. Because if I keep it on this particular website right here at 81, it's technically not right and exact because it's not, these numbers aren't the same. Right now, this one's at 70, it's at 97 even. If I go back to Robinhood's probably not right now at 97 even. And that's what I want the family to be able to do, is to understand. See, Robinhood's at 96.01 and we're at 96. So they're very close, 96. So they're one tick off. Do we see that before it changes? 96 even, and this one's one tick off, or it has jumped down. And this one, so as you can see, it moves fast, so it's very difficult for me to show it. But if the family goes back to the recordings and slows it down, you'll see and notice how all the platforms are just off a couple of cents or two, or it could be, a couple of more cents, but they're not right and exact. If you're that type of person who likes to be right and exact with your numbers, and you're creating a horizontal line, letting yourself know, hey, where you bought in at, but you're using the Trading View chart to chart it, but you didn't buy it on Trading View. So that means the reflection of the value is different. If you want to put the reflection of the value to be exact, you want to go to your settings and you want to go to the coordinates, and you want to go ahead and do the math on how the difference is, and then plug it in here and then hit OK.
Can you show me that real good bull flag you had said a few minutes ago?
A bull flag?
The one you just, the candlestick went green and you said, "Ooh, that's a nice green bull flag."
Oh yeah, well, I was saying that this right here, this particular space, or even better, not that, I'll use the and that, this little area right here.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
That was a nice little bull flag to start the day off with,
Okay.
But it could be creating nothing but bear flags for the rest of the day. As we can see, it has not gone past this candle body right here of money. The wick has for this one, but nothing else has really. So it's in my opinion, it's definitely making its way down, unfortunately. And we could see it, of course, touch these bottom wicks down here before it tries to touch this wick right here again. But it may try and touch this wick tomorrow. Who knows? It just, it's unpredictable. But yes, to show you that bull flag, I was talking about this little pole area right here, shooting straight up and working its way down, making you think that the asset is going to just continue to go down or it's on a downtrend, when really it was just kind of retracing a little bit and then going to shoot right back up to create that flag on this side right here. Of course, it gapped up because this is the weekend and this is Monday, so it gapped up and we don't have an actual candlestick to reflect this space right here, but that still counts as being a bull flag, even though there's no candle to reflect that, because the shape of the candlesticks are in a bull flag.
So it's risky because I haven't got in sundial yet.
Yes, ma'am.
So it would have probably started out really low this morning if it was not coming from a weekend day. So tomorrow, this stock might go way down in price early in the morning at the very beginning when the market opens up.
There's a really good chance, or because it could be in the process of working its way down. And let's see.
I'm trying to see when can I go in.
When to get
I
in.
missed out last week.
I will be honest with you. The next floor for this one could be, this is my box that I like to use. The next floor could be something around this particular space right here. No, let me do it right here and bring it down some. Just to be honest, I think it is going to retrace a lot. So I think this right here, this area right here could be the new, and to explain why, you know, of course, to make my candlesticks stretch out longer, I click over here on the side and I drag up, and of course that makes it longer. I click in on my chart anywhere so I can pull this up, and then I want to come back over here and I want to make them a little bit longer because I want to really find out what the floor is going to be. That's Crumb texting me right now. He wants to go live, y'all. I told him after class we can go live. All right, so I want to use possibly this area right here as a floor. Even though we started the day out at 81 cents, I'm going to bring it up a little bit more because I want to say that the asset doesn't want to retrace way back to where it started at today at, because then that would indicate that it's not really actually kind of going up. If it ends the day at a lower point, in a sense to where not I don't want to say that, but if it ends lower than where Friday ended around about 80 or so cents, like all of this around here. So if it ends today lower than that, that's kind of not a good thing, because as we can see, as we're still understanding our uptrends and our downtrends, this asset is in an overall uptrend. And if we start getting lower lows, or if this next low that happens over here in this particular area, if this starts happening and it starts going lower than this right here, then, you know, it's questionable now. Are we still in the uptrend, or are we in the downtrend? So that's the reason why I'm picking an area a little bit higher than kind of where it started from, or where it opened from, in a sense. So I can see something possibly, let me bring this over, stretch this back out. Let me use my mouse and roll forward so I can make it bigger or thicker or wider in a sense. And let's see, this is definitely something with it stopping right here. This is definitely something with it stopping right here. Two of them stop right here. You got a couple of them resting right here. You have this big one going through it. You got a couple resting right here, a couple of bodies, 4 of them, a wick resting right here, a big candle needing to go through it. And even if I take it back a little further, I have more candle bodies and wicks either touching it or resting on it. So I would possibly say that there's a good chance that this asset could work its way down, all the way back down between what is this, 83 cents and 86 cents. But I'm gonna be a little bit more optimistic, and I'm gonna come up to maybe this area right here. And not because it has more, but just because I think that this asset is really trying to do its best daily to go up and go up and go up. So I'm gonna put my range between 88 cents and a little bit under 84 cents, maybe 83 and some change. So that's my, thinking about what's going on and where it could retrace back. So if you are thinking about getting in Sundown and you're like, well, hey, I'm not doing contracts, I'm really just getting in when it comes to shares, maybe let's wait for it to come back down in the lower 80s or in the mid 80s and then get in. Of course, there's no perfect place to get in, but I do think that we are receiving, we're going to be dropping, in my opinion, pretty much all day. And does everybody recognize this small bear flag that just took place? The small one, shoot down, but in the middle, show a little uptrend, boop, and drop right back down almost with an identical candle body-wise, dropping down. Everybody see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's a small bear flag. And there's small ones, there's big ones. So just keep that in mind. It could be creating another one right here. And it may go up a little bit more and then drop down some more. And you're like, well, Mr. Prophet, why do you think it's going to do that again? Because I have this wick down here. You see what I'm saying? And this wick lengthwise is almost the same length as this. So I'll just put this right here at some point in time and it'll be coming down. But that's just what I'm thinking. You know, of course, there's no guarantee, but I'm using the wicks to do my best to predict the future. Are y'all kind of seeing that? So we're going to pay attention to this asset and see if it creates another bear flag. Hopefully it does, so I don't look like a total fool. But now hopefully it does if you're investing into it, because of course you lose money. But definitely, any questions, any concerns? I know I've said a lot. Anything you want me to kind of say again? Forgive me, just getting some water. No questions? No repeating?
No, for me, I think it's clear. Yeah.
Say that one more time. Your volume, your audio was kind of low.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, for me, it's clear. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. I really like to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've gone all the way down over here. We understand that this is our drawings, all of our drawings that we want to put on our chart. They're located over here. If we want to hide them, we just click the eye and it'll hide them as such. If we want to get rid of them totally altogether, we can click here and we can just hit the trash and it'll remove it. But if we want to remove specific things, we can click the arrow on the side and remove those specific things. So just keep that in mind. So does everybody understand this, the drawing side of their tool now, of their chart, of the trading view, just a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And like I say, please go over there and mess up. That's what I'm going to say that. Let's look, go over there and mess up as much as possible. Have fun, learn about it, see what it is so you can just grow in this particular space. All right. I know we've gone over the top, but I'm going to now focus on the top now. And we're going to go over that so we can get a better understanding of all these particular pieces at the top that I myself have knowledge and experience with. And of course, if I remove all of my stars, so now you can actually see what the time interval button looks like. It'll be on whatever time it presets or the last one that you were on. I'm going to remove all of my different types of candles. So now you can see that the candle button will just reflect two different candles, a bigger one and a smaller one. Right here, this is the compare tab. So I know I've gone over the minutes, the time intervals. We've gone over the symbol search to where I want to search for something. I click on there and it'll automatically bring the search engine up. Doesn't matter what that asset is, from crypto to a foreign exchange to a stock. It does not matter. Just hit that search symbol right here at the top. And once you click on it, it will give you the opportunity to type whatever you want in there. All right.
Mhm.
Are
And
you
as you
gonna-
can see, oh, go ahead.
you're probably going to answer it. What were all the stocks, futures, Vortex? What's
Right.
that? So,
If you want to click it right here. So now you're automatically in just this particular space and you're not receiving all the other things. The same thing with the futures, the same thing with the Forex. It does look like it's taking a little time to get to just particularly that, but it does look like you can curtail your particular search to whatever you'd like to search for. So yes, thank you for pointing that out, sis. So that is if you want to look up an asset. The next thing, of course, is our times. Whatever times, I would definitely suggest to start off with month, week, and day. And then from there, if those are the only ones that you're able to save those. And then you'll go into smaller time frames and click on them when you're really, really trying to decide whether or not to get in an asset. But the reason why these are the most important, because these are going to give you overall confirmations on what an asset is doing. Month to month, it's going to let you know, okay, well, month to month, this asset is in a downtrend, or week to week, this asset is in a downtrend, or day to day, this asset is in a downtrend. So if I only make money when an asset goes up and I go to my month, my week, and my day, and I'm looking at all three of them and saying that this asset is going down, I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. So this is the reason why you'll hear me say for everybody to start off with those, is because we want to get confirmation on where an asset is going. When you start getting in lower time frames, anything lower than 4 hours sometimes isn't really a real confirmation on what the asset is really doing overall versus just what it's doing within these time frames. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. And of course, we went over here to the candles. We have all the different selections. I myself like to do the candles. Every now and then I'll do the hollow candles, and I like to do the line when I have those particular cryptos or stocks that don't give me really solid candles or wicks, and I really need to see something so I can do my best to chart it. I'll click over here and I'll go into a line so I can really at least get a solid line of what's going on. The only thing with the line candle is, as you can see, I want to show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna put the horizontal line right here at this tip, right? But I'm gonna go back to the candles, and I want y'all to see that it does not reflect all the time, you know, the true price action all the time. You see that? See how I put it? See how I went from, it's at candles now, but if I go back to a line, it's perfectly spot on with that line right at the top of it. There's nothing above this particular price, but that's not technically true, because if I go back over here and I hit the candles, we did have a couple of, we did have some body up here. I did have some wick here. I did have some wick here, and I definitely had some wick here. But what it does is really give you an overall of, you know what, this asset was in this particular range and kind of really didn't shoot past this range. It did, but it didn't stay there long. And that's what the line is kind of reflecting. A line won't give you wicks. It's just going to let you know that this asset was hovering in this particular area for majority of the time. Does everybody kind of see that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So, and this is why I always harp on, we just don't use one indicator. We use them all, because one could be telling us, could be giving us false information if we're trying to receive certain information, and that indicator doesn't even give out that information. So we want to be careful. We want to use all our indicators. We want to use all of our drawings before we start making decisions to get in or out. But let's make sure we do it. And this is a perfect example of why we do it, because as you can see, sometimes the lines don't always really truly reflect that we were way up here at one point in time, and I could have got out up here versus just thinking that I could only get out right here. All right. Do we kind of understand that?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do, the next button is our comparison button. And for the comparison button, I'm going to go to Zoom Media. I'm going to click on Zoom Media. Hopefully it clicks. Okay, I have to remember that I'm streaming, so the asset does not move as fast because it's on a couple different streaming networks. It's on Zoom and also YouTube. So forgive me. So as you can see right now, I'm clicking over here and I'm scrolling down. I'm clicking over here, so I'm scrolling down because I want to get a better look at what's going on. And as you can see, I got the rainbow going on over here. So I'm gonna hit my trash and get all of that out of here because I want to see what Zoom Media has done. And now I have it on the day chart up here, and I'm also going to hit my all button down here. So now, okay, boom. And I'm going to go back over here to where my price is, click on there, scroll down. I want to see what's going on. And that's what Zoom Media has looked like days wise overall, right? But now what I'm going to do is hit my compare button. And you're like, well, why would you want to compare? Because remember we were talking about, I think it was the last one or the one before that last class, to where, hey, how come all these assets are doing this? How come all these assets are doing that? And we found a couple of assets kind of doing that similar thing of just coming down. And this is a really good way to check that and compare it. You hit that and say, I want to come over here and look at Sundial. I'll type in Sundial and hit that. And then now I'll hit close. And then now Sundial is this orange bar right here. Because if I hit my eyeball, it'll remove. And if I bring it back, it'll come back. So as you can see, the way they have it placed on here isn't necessarily the best, but do we still see that both assets overall kind of just came down? Sundial came down here in the orange right here, and now it's working its way back up. And we see Zoom Media with the actual candlesticks going down and now working its way up. Y'all see that?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So let's do another example. I'm gonna close that one out, and I want to let's go to Apple. Ooh, Apple, keep going, Apple. Listen, Apple, you can come all the way down here, Apple, if you want to. You know that's okay. You know that's okay. That's because y'all, I do have an Apple contract. Just in case I haven't said anything, I do have an Apple contract for a put. Remember, I discussed the difference between a call and a put. A call means that I'm saying that the asset's going to go up. I still have a Sundial contract that's still good to April. I have 6 of them. It expires on April the 16th of 2021. I bought 6 of them, and I'm wagering that it's going to go up to $1 and be at $1 at that particular time. This one, this Apple contract, I am saying that it's going to go down to the price of $125, and I am putting a put on it, and I'm betting that it's going down, and this will expire on February the 26th, 2021 this year, and I bought 3 of them. So how do you make money if an asset is going down? Contracts. What do you mean? I can put a put on there and I can wager that an asset is going to go down in price. And as it goes down, I make money, meaning that I bought into this contract at $139, and this asset has been working its way down. It's right now at 131, as we can see. So this is why that contract is showing green and showing a plus of money, because it's doing what I thought it was going to do.
And how do you get a put contract?
You would just go to Robinhood, and whatever asset that you would want to pick, let's just say we're going to Apple, and you will want to view all options. And it says view all options because I already have contracts. If I did not have a contract in Apple, it would say trade, and it'll have the Apple ticker options. And then I will click on there. And then, of course, as of right now, I'm buying. I'm not selling, so I want to make sure my buy button's on, and I would just come over here and I would click the put. And as you can see, they try to give you, my air quotes are up, they try and give you an indication of where the asset is going by switching the colors. You see, it was just red, now it's back green. So it's letting you know that this asset, if you decided to pick a put, you may be going against the direction that it's going in, but it's flipping back and forth right now. So it does that. So don't always use the colors on how they give it to you, on how you're going to make a decision on what you're going to do. Read the charts and know what you're going to do. Don't worry about the colors flipping back and forth. It's only flipping back and forth based upon the asset and where it's at, and is it going up and going down.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
So don't let that scare you or fool you or whatever, or say, well, hey, let me just follow Robinhood. And anytime Robinhood is showing green, let me pick that one for green. And anytime it's showing red, let me stay away from it. No, don't do that necessarily, because they could be trying to fake you out,
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. But this is how you do it. Of course, you come over here and you click on the put option. And of course, you want to look at your expiration dates. That's very important. Always give yourself, if you're doing contracts, at least 2 months or better. And that gives the asset enough time to do something within a month's time, if not a 2 months time, as far as going up or going down, and then you cash in on that and sell.
Okay.
So always do at least 2 months or better, in my opinion. And always, if you're picking an asset, if you're picking a contract, I'm going to choose this contract right here, the one for $132. Make sure that you have a lot of volume in here. So as you can see, I'm not the only person with this great idea. There's 5,600 other people who have this same good idea. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
And do you put stocks in that, or do you put?
say that
what do you put in? What do you put in it? Stocks?
No, I will purchase it. I will purchase the contract by paying $288. And you're like, it says $2.88. Yes, but all contracts reflect 100 shares. So I'm going to be paying $2.86 per share. And of course, if we multiply that by 100, that's where we get the price $287. So basically over here, what I do to make it simple, I just remove the decimal and I put it back here 2 places. And that's what lets me know how much I got to pay for my premium price right here. This is the price column. All of these are the prices. And if I wanted to also know how much I get paid, I also remove the decimal 2 places also. And I know that I get paid $46.33 per dollar movement going up or down, whichever direction I have picked to go down or go up. I'm picking that it's going to go down. So every dollar that it goes down, I receive $46.21. If it goes up $1, even though I'm betting that it's going down, I lose $46. Yes, and every day, go ahead.
Yeah. So it is possible that on the end of the line, if it didn't went the way that you pronounced it, to put or to call, then you lose the 282.
I could lose the entire amount if my contract expires at a certain time and I don't exercise it or sell it, yes. Or I could lose it if I get into a situation and I look at my volume and there's only 2 or 3 people in here, or a very low number of people in here. Now I don't have anybody else to sell this contract to. So I can be stuck losing my my $282 or so. Yes. So that's why you don't, anytime anybody in the class has questions about the contracts, I will explain it. I'm not going to shy away from it, but you will also hear me either before or right afterwards say, hey, be very careful. Allow yourself some time to get more familiar with this space. Contracts are very risky. They are very rewarding. Also, you've seen that as far as when I show my account live, but they also are very risky. I do lose also. I don't want you to think that I just win. I just lose. I just the better I get, the least amount of money I lose.
Yeah.
Because I'll see things forming. I'll see a bull flag or a bear flag forming, and I'll be like, oh, damn, let me get out. Let me get out now while there are people in here still to be able to sell it. They may not see the bear flag taking place, or in a sense, I don't want a bull flag. I'm betting that this is going down. A bull flag will send this asset up. I lose money when this asset goes up. Meaning, to kind of harp on that, I know everybody's heard about all the GameStop hoopla and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hoopla about it is there were a lot of big time big time investors who put puts on those assets like GameStop and Blockbuster and AMC. So they were making money. Yes, they were making billions of dollars, millions of dollars as GameStop was just going down. But then that group came in and just started flooding money into an asset that really didn't deserve that money. So now the people who had puts on there were losing money daily with the delta and the theta because it was going in the opposite direction that they were betting. They betted that the asset was going down and it's going up now, and it kind of shouldn't be. So does everybody understand why the institutional investors were very mad about losing all of this money, and why they weren't happy that GameStop was going up? Because they were betting that GameStop was going down, and they had contracts in there, kind of like how I do, just with way more money, and they were being very risky, but they knew that the asset was dying, it was going down, so it wasn't technically risky. Nobody could predict that a group of individuals were going to flood the market and put money in a dying asset almost, So that's why people were so mad about that, because it switched the direction of where they were making money, and now they started losing money. So this is to really understand the calls and understand the puts when it comes to contracts, and understanding the direction and understanding how to get paid off of it, or how you also lose money on it. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Perfect.
It is still, I have to be honest, this is still like a little bit like over my head, but for now, it is okay. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's no problem. I wasn't really trying to explain contracts today, of course.
No.
It's just that, of course, if somebody has a question, I want to do my best to answer all the questions, even if they may not be relevant to what we're actually going over. That's kind of what that more so was. So don't worry about that. What I would do is maybe the last week or so, or once I see people just getting a lot more comfortable in this space, we can do a nothing but contract, tutorial, to where I'll do my best to explain the nicks and crannies when it comes to contracts and how they work. So just keep that in mind. Don't be discouraged. I am more so saving it for last, more so trying to put it on you right now, because the reward of it sometimes can outweigh or overshadow the real risk of it. And I don't want people in that space right now without having just a little bit more experience, in my opinion. Of course, everybody on here is grown. Everybody has made their own money. They can do whatever they want to do with it. But if they're asking me my opinion on, how they should set their portfolio up when it comes to investing right now, I would hold off on contracts till you get a little bit more experience and a little bit more knowledge,
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not getting the same options when you say you can choose buying a stock or buying ports or calls.
And this is on Robinhood?
Yeah.
Did you sign up for Robinhood with us on that day, or did you sign up previously?
I thought I signed up with you guys, but I signed up back in 2019. I forgot all about it.
So that's what it was. When you signed up, you were probably very honest about the questionnaires that they asked you about how well of an investor you are. And if you are honest and you don't have experience, they won't give you contract options. That's why when we were signing up together, I was making sure that everybody answered the questions a certain way. So later on, if they wanted contract options, they could have the ability to have them versus being totally shut out from them because of the way they may have put in their questionnaire and indicating that they're not an experienced investor or they haven't been trading for a long time, stuff like that. When you put that on the website, on any website, it doesn't matter. So just notice if you decide to go on a new website and you're honest about your experience, they won't give you short-term contracts, possibly not even long-term contracts. So in my opinion, I don't want to say to be facetious, but definitely set yourself up if contracts is something you do want to do later on in the future. Do know that you may have to be facetious in that questionnaire portion to be able to have that option. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so could I get out of Robinhood, close it down, and then get back in with a new subscription?
That may be a great idea, or you may be able to go to a portion in settings and you may be able to work your way there in a sense and refill out some questions. They may have the option for you to now start getting contracts. I don't know. What we can do is at some point in time, maybe later on, after the live starts to die down, if you want to, we can share screen and we can see if you have that ability to re-answer those questions or whatnot, or the option to get contracts or options. And if so, I can try and help you with the questionnaire portion and see if we can get that if you like.
I would love that. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Definitely. All right. So just to go back to the chart, I just wanted to do another comparison. I wanted to use Tesla this time with Apple and have it running right next to each other. And of course, they're not identical because the price is different, but I just wanted everybody to just see that this is how you compare your assets in a sense. There we go. It's a little crazy, but compare asset with another asset that you have going on. Excuse me, y'all. And have both of them on there at the same time. Of course, it's not the best, looking because you're just getting a line right here. You're not also getting candlesticks or whatnot. But as far as just trying to get an understanding of the shape and are they pretty much doing similar shapes and do they have similar things going on? If you wanted to compare an asset, this is how you do it by hitting the compare plus symbol right here, right next to your candlesticks. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
All right. So if you ever wanted to compare two different assets, you will first click on your asset and then click on your compare button, type it in there what you want, and then it'll come up as a line. All right. And it also gives you the same type of settings. If you hover over it, if you want to hide it, you can do that. If you want to bring it back, just click on the eye. If you want to do settings and you say, hey, I don't like the color of it, I want it green, you can change it to green. You want to change it to red, you can do so, whatever. Just keep that in mind. If you want to change the style of it to where it looks like candles, look at there. We can change the style of it to where it does look like candles. So there's a lot that we can do. You can change the color of your wicks. You can change the color of your borders. There's so much that you can do in this particular space. So just keep that in mind. You have to play with it though, all right? I don't want to stay on comparing too long, but I did want to show it and I want everybody to see it. So if they wanted to do it, they can do it. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so our next button is our indicators and our strategies. So if we click on it, we should get the search engine. All right, of course, like they say, for your favorites, put a star next to it. There's so many different. There are so many. Listen, there are so many different ones. I, of course, will not be able to teach you all of these, but do know that you have all of these at your disposal At any point in time, if you want to look at them, you can. Like I say, I like to stay up here at the top. Or I like to, if I want to type in and I know one, I like to go into the search engine. If I just exit out of here and I just click on here, and like I say, just whatever you want to type in, you type in any indicator that starts with an A, here we go, or has an A in it. Look at that. You know, not even starting with an A, but it'll end with the A's, and everything else that has an A in it will also come up. So the information is endless. Whatever you want to choose to indicate, please use that. Please get information on it. Please watch videos on it so you have a better understanding. The ones that I like to use, I don't really use the full moon that much, and I'll use the volume and I use the VWAP. But for the majority of the time, I kind of really only use these three majority of the time. I do pay attention to the volume, and I do pay attention to the volume plus the RV, the RVOL by time of day, and also the VWAP. So I will every now and then pay attention to those because it is important to see how much money is going in, and it is important to see what's the moving average in a sense and where that line is. So the ones that I like to use the most so is the EMA 20, 50, 100, 200, the relative stress index, because it'll have a lot of them that'll say RSI, and then, you know, there's different ones. And I don't want to say that those other ones aren't good. I just don't use those other ones. I like to use the relative stress index. So just keep that, just to let you know if you want to use one similar that I'm using, which is this one down here that I'm hovering over in the left corner. And I also like to use the TTM squeeze, which of course is this right here that gives you an indication on when the asset is going up and when the asset is going down. I also like to change my colors to where I know when the asset is going down, meaning I can look and see right here that this asset has reached this peak when it comes to this red now starting to show. And if I put my crosshairs up, I should be able to look exactly up, and I should also be able to see that I start seeing red on my chart. Do we see that?
Yeah.
If I'm right here where it starts to, let's see, right here where it starts to go down right here.
Yeah.
It also starts to go down up here. Excuse me. Starts to go down right here. So this is where this indicator is really good at. And then it lets you know, okay, oh, we're starting to go down below the squeeze, which that's the squeeze. And now what I like to do is pay attention to the squeeze right below it. And then this time I start seeing that red and I start getting green right here. This is where, okay, boom, this may be my get-in point right here as a day trader or even an investor. Overall, if you put it on the day chart, I may get in right here and ride it all the way up to right here. See that? And I may take advantage of this green, all this green right here from here to here, which is showing to be $22.61, and ride it all the way up to right here, which is $44.95. And hell, that's a $20 cent swing. You know, of course, this is a 1 monthly chart. So I would have been in this asset, of course, from September the 16th all the way to December the 17th, meaning I'd have just stayed in this asset for literally a year and some change, really. You know, a year and about 3 months, because I'm a long-term investor. Sorry guys about that. I got the door open. Ladies also, please forgive me. I'm trying to get better at that. But I would have stayed in this asset for a whole year, and I would have gained $20 on my asset by staying in it for a year or so and some change, and maybe I'd have got out then. But we use the same method regardless if we're watching a 1 month chart or we're watching a 3 minute chart. You know, we're going to use the same techniques depending on the person's strategy. I may get in right here at 131.49, and then I may get out right here at 133 and just take that little $2 swing and get out of there. You know, so this is the reason why I like using the TTM squeeze, because it kind of gives us, I look at it like a wave or like a roller coaster, letting us know when to kind of get in and when to kind of get out. Okay, I'm getting in, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green. Uh-oh, I'm getting some red. All right, I'm about to pull out for a little bit. Yeah, I'm still getting red, I'm still getting red, I'm out. Okay, I look like I'm getting a little green. I may get in, I may get in. Okay, I'm getting the squeeze right here, and it's going up a little bit more. Okay, yep, I'm getting out right here. And now I'm patient, I'm watching.
Yeah.
So if you ever are like my brother, he may get in the trade like 3-4 times throughout the day, and he may make 100 to 200 per times, just literally paying attention to the TTM squeeze and also paying attention to the RSI. Because as you can see, they also kind of work together. As you can see right here where it's green right here, we're also looking at the bottom of the floor of the RSI, and we'll ride that up to right here. And he was like, okay, well, shoot, I may get out right here, you know, because I'm looking at the TTM squeeze, and the TTM squeeze is telling me to get out right here. Or because I'm looking at the RSI and I know it's only halfway and it's got a lot more to go, I may sit in there and I may wait for here. And then now I'm actually getting out up here versus getting out right here, just paying attention to the TTM squeeze. And that's why I'll harp on again, we do not just use one indicator unless you're only using it for your strategy. Whatever your strategy is, you may just use that. You know, I don't want to say not to. I just want to say be careful, because as you can see with that strategy, we did go up higher at some point in time, even though it went down lower right here, we did work our way up higher right here. And as you can see, if we go all the way straight down, look at that small little hill. We can barely see that little hill, but guess what? That hill is price-wise, is way up here, you know, and this hill is higher right here, but price-wise, it isn't. You see what I'm saying?
Why is that?
Well, that's because it's a momentum indicator. It's just a momentum of letting you know when the asset is going down and letting you know when the asset is going up. So it's not going to be one of those things to where it's going to be spot on. It's just giving you momentum. See, from here right here to here right here, that was a lot of momentum, hence the reason it was a big hill. But as you can see, when it came down right here, it actually didn't go below the squeeze. So it didn't drop any really. It just kind of retraced, and then it gapped right back up just a little bit more, which is this area right here.
Yeah.
See that? So this is what this small little small little hill that's barely difficult to even see, but price action wise, it's
a lot. Yeah.
It's more than the other one. So this is the reason, you know, like I say, just to harp on, I like the TTM squeeze. I like the RSI. I use them both, but I don't just use either one of them. They're not the end all be all to this space. And how we make indications on what we're going to do, we just use them as a piece of our puzzle. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, perfect. So like I say, these are indicators, and of course we can pick our favorites by putting stars next to it or going to our search engine and typing in anything, and pretty much anything will come up. Does everybody kind of have an understanding of that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now this is the fundamental metrics by stocks. I want to be honest, I have not used this yet. So I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't used any of this particular space right here. The more experienced I get, I will, but as of right now, I don't have it. I still want to present it because it's up here. I don't want to just skip past it and act like it doesn't exist. So like I say, family, if you have time, definitely click on it. Click on the different selections, see what it does, see what kind of information it provides. And hey, bring it to the group, definitely. Same thing right here with the indicator templates. I do not use these. That doesn't mean that they can't be useful. I myself just don't use them. If you're able to use them and find a way to use them to where they can be beneficial, please provide that information to the family. Please do. Up here, we have the alerts. So where we can create alert, we have an alert button, but we also have an alert button over here also. So keep that in mind. We have 2 different alerts. So
I use that one.
yes, I use this one also.
Yeah, I use that
But as you can see, it's the same thing. Like as we can kind of get a mental picture of this right here, if I was to close it out and then click over here and then say I want to click a new alert, there it is. Same
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
And to get to there from clicking this, you just have to hit this alert button up here with the plus. So it's the same thing. Doesn't matter which, how you do it from either over there or over there. It's the same thing. But of course, clicking an alert, make sure you have your asset already pulled up of what you want to put an alert on. And of course, you can indicate whether or not you want an alert, whether or not it's moving up, down, percentage up, outside your channel, inside your channel, greater than, less than, crossing up, crossing down, crossing, wherever you can pick that. And then you can have it doing to where it'll give you an alert based upon your indicator, or your indicator, or it can do it by volume. That's why I have volume clicked here, and I don't have an indicator click because then it won't give me an alert based upon the value, which is the price. That's why right over here, you can type in the price of whatever you want, and then if it hits that particular price, there should be some form of an alert go off. So let's see if we can kind of do that real quick. That would be pretty cool. What are we on? On a 3-minute chart. It's bouncing up and down. I want to say that and it should bounce down to 72, 74. So let's go here. I'm going to type in $132.74. And then I wanted to do it once. I wanted to do it all the way up my expiration date till March and the time, a full month. I wanted to notify me either on my app or do a pop-up, which it should show up on the screen. And I wanted to send me an email. If you want more than that, you can click on more than that, and it'll also provide to play sound. It will play sound, and it's giving you different options that it has to play sound in, and it gives you how long it'll play that sound for. So keep that in mind. Also, I can also have it sent to my text message, and I can put a name next to it, alert. So that'll come up, and I can put a message in there. And then after I do all that, I can hit create. So now I have created an alert. So just in case, anytime today, if the Apple asset and the value of it comes down to $132.74, we just physically seen me set an alert for that, and we can be able to see it go off and everything. And as you can see, it just now created an alert line right here. You see this orange line that's dotted?
Yes.
That is an alert line. So everybody kind of seen how that was done?
Yes.
Okay, any questions on any of the top part that we've gone over so far that I have information on?
No.
No.
Did somebody say well or no? I heard a no, but I thought I heard a well after that.
I say no.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this right here is the playback bar. What's the playback bar? The playback bar is if I wanted to remove certain candles and then come back and hit the play button, and then the candles will start back to reappear exactly where they went at, and we can really see a price action or a playback of how this asset worked this way from where we started it to where it stopped at. So I'm gonna hit the playback button, and then I can hit the speed right here, and then I click on here and I say, well, okay, so right, let me get a little bit more experience with the playback. Please forgive me, group. Let me get a little bit more experience with the playback, but I have seen it done. My brother did it in front of me one time. So I kind of felt like I was confident enough to do it just now, but obviously I wasn't. But what it will do, wherever you want it to start to remove the candles, it will, and it'll start playing from that particular moment, and then it'll start slowly developing the candles, showing them one by one, developing for you to get a playback if you ever wanted to get a playback. Now, is the playback feature only for the paid subscriptions? Yes. So if you're not paid right now, it won't even work for you. So I won't harp on it too long, but I do want to at least let you know that it's up there and what it does. And this is, you know, what it's used for in a sense. So just keep it in mind as far as the playback. And of course, we already know the undo and we already know the redo button, both of those, right?
Yeah. Review is
to redo, meaning that if you made a mistake and undid something that you didn't want to undo, you can hit the redo button once it activates, and now you can actually put it right back up there.
Yeah, great. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So select layout. You know, you can have, I think I have the opportunity to look at 2 different charts.
Oh.
Because I have the paid prescription. So if I wanted to look at Apple at the top and then I wanted to look at a different asset at the bottom, I would click on it. And now, as you can see, my blue border is outside of it right now. So if I make any drawings or if I click anything up here, it's not going to affect the one at the top. It's actually going to affect the one at the bottom. And now, because I have all these indicators on here, it just looks really kind of junky. So I'm gonna take some of the indicators off so you can really just kind of see, you know, the actual asset itself. And let me type in, let's say Tesla. Okay, so now we're getting good information and we have Tesla and Apple. If, you know, say you do decide, you know what, I am going to invest in myself. I do see myself the next couple of years using this particular website. I'm going to go ahead and pay for it. You do have this particular option right here as far as layout and looking at 2 different assets at the same time. So just keep that in mind. All right.
Yeah.
And always remember that whichever one you click on and whichever one is blue is the one that you're going to be changing information or putting indicators on. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right here, unnamed, save all charts for all symbols and intervals on your layout. If I wanted to, I can name my layout. I don't want to because it's just me. You know, if anybody wants to, of course they can. I myself, like I say, I don't want to. I'm going to go back to a 1 chart though, so it's a lot easier to read. But that's what this layout selection is. And if you wanted to name your layout, you can right here where it says unnamed, you can name it. And if you want to manage your chart layouts, of course, you want to hit the side area over here. All right. Now I don't want to, you know, this isn't important right now to be profitable, but hey, we're talking about everything at the top, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The parts that I know and the parts that I don't know. So I do want to at least touch on it. Right here is your overall chart property settings button. See, if I hit over here, now my chart settings come up. And it's like, okay, what do you mean chart settings? Well, if I want to change my candlesticks and change them to be the color of white for my body and change the color white for my body, I can do that. So now I have nothing but white candles, or if I want to have white and gold candles, those are my candles now. And if I want the border form to also represent the white to match that, and also to represent the gold to match the border. So now my border, which the border of a candlestick is always the outside part that creates the candle body. And if I wanted to change the wicks, so the wicks reflected that, or if I'm like, well, hey, listen, I like the white and gold, but let me make sure that I still pay attention to, I know that when a candle's going green, when my wick is green and when my wick is red, I can still leave my wicks like that and come out of there. And now, as you can see, that even though my candles, my candlesticks and my candle bodies are gold and white, my wicks, the closer I bring it to, it's a little difficult, but my wicks are green and my wicks are red. Do y'all see that?
Yeah.
So like I say, it's all on you. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. Whatever makes you feel comfortable in this space, please get yourself comfortable. Please be able to read your chart. Please know what's going on. This is how you change them. The last price line, you change that. That is where your price right here fluctuates right here on the side from up and down. You can change that color also to where if I want it to be white and gold, I can pick white and gold to be my color right here, to where it's saying right here, showing that the price right now is at $133.58. Right now, because I'm leaving it red and gold, it's showing that. But if I change it, I can change it to something else.
Yeah.
All right. Same thing with the pre and post market. Remember earlier today, my pre-market indicator over here on the side was gold as it was going up, and it was showing that sundial was $1.
Yeah.
You can change that color, and my post market is blue. So say if you ever look at any asset that's a stock asset after 4 o'clock, but it's moving over here and it's moving over here, it's going to be, and mine is going to be blue, if that makes sense. And you got your high and low lines. Those are those lines that, this line right here that kind of disappears and moves and changes as right here, my high, this is my low line, my high line. It's going to change with the frame. Whichever the last low is going to give me that. See, I went from being down here to being here. So it's here right now, but when I move my chart over, it's going to move down to the next one here. See what I'm saying? Y'all see that? Yeah. So that's what that is. So if I want to change that and not have it on there, I can click on there to where it comes off, as you can see now. But I do like having it on there, so I keep it on. Average cost, average close price line. That's what this is also. That's one of these little lines that's dotted in here. That's what this is. My bid and ask price also is one of these lines that's in here. And this is a colors form. I can change that also, of course. So just keep that in mind. If I wanted to adjust data for dividends, I can click here. If I wanted to do extended hours and provide information right here, I can. You just have anything that you can do. And this is going to be definitely big for our time zones. I am in the New York time zone, so I put my time zone to be a New York time zone. Find your time zone and get the chart active to you. Or if you want to leave it at a New York, you can, or whichever one, however you feel that it works best for you to be a great trader, please follow that time zone. But do know that down here that you can change your time zone. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so I just wanted to make sure to go over that. And there's other things like the symbols, show open market status. I don't know what the OHLC volume is. I'll have to look that up. The bar change value, show buy/sell button, the indicator titles, things of that nature. All this is right here, and it's at your disposal. I try not to mess with too much because I may mess up something that I really like being there, and I'm like, oh no, don't do that. So majority of the time when I'm in the chart settings, I'm in the symbol and I'm also in the appearance. Like I say, if I want to change my background and I want it to be white, I can change it right here. If I want it to be pink, hot pink, I can do that. Purple, whichever, whatever. It's up to you. You have full control over it. Whatever makes you a great trader, by all means do it. If you want vertical lines in there, you can have them. If you don't want vertical lines, you don't have to. If you want horizontal lines, you can have horizontal dots. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. It is up. It is you. You know, have a little fun with it or whatnot. And do keep in mind that that same thing applies to what I was saying. When you make changes up here, if you don't hit the OK button, it may not save. So just keep that in mind, all right? There are other features in here, of course, that I myself don't have great knowledge or experience with. So I kind of stay away from them because I don't want to change my space too much or my tool too much and don't even know what I have changed. So like I say, this settings gear up here is for almost your entire overall, for colors and how things look and things of that nature. Does that make sense?
Check.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. And this is if you're not in full screen mode, you can click this right here. And now I'm in full screen mode.
That's
No,
nice.
no, nothing at the top, nothing on the side, no nothing. All I'm looking at is chart. You know, that's it. All I want is chart. It does give me my toolbar, which is cool. So if I do want to put any lines on here, I can still do that. And I don't need to back out of here to do so. So just keep that in mind. And then it also looks like there was a space. Okay, right here. So if I click up here and click all the way up, as you can see, that X button comes down. Y'all, do y'all see that?
Yeah.
That's how I get out of here. Boom. And I go back to that. So that's this feature right here. Does everybody understand that button?
Escape. Escape.
Everybody kind of understand that button?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The next button is a take a snapshot. So if I want to say, well, hey, maybe I wanted to send Mr. Gary a snapshot of Apple and say, hey, man, Apple's in an uptrend right now. I can click right here. I can click copy the image, and I can also hit save. And now it has made a published on this particular day. It's letting you know my username. I published it on this particular platform. I published it on this particular day at this particular time. This is an actual picture now that I can literally go over to my emails. And let's just say I want to send Mr. Gary, I'm going to use that as an example, good brother. I'm going to send you a, can everybody see my email?
Yeah.
Put Mr. Gary's address in there. I hit the paste button because I already hit the copy button. And now it puts that particular asset in there. So if Mr. Gary goes to his email at any point in time, he should be able to hit that link and it'll pull up a snapshot and show exactly what it is. So that's pretty cool. And also, while it's in this particular space, if you right click and hit copy image as such, and then I bring back over and I'm like, well, I don't want to just send the link. I want him to really just see it also just by pulling up his email. Look at there.
Nice.
So now in his email, he can see everything. You know, he can see what's going on and whatnot. And right there in the total landscape of what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let me just close out of that. And the way to get out of there is because this creates its own new website in a sense. So I just want to close this, and then I will close this, and then I will get back to, of course, this right here. So this is how you take pictures, and it automatically published. So I didn't necessarily have to hit the publish button. Okay. And then from here, I can also, it looks like I can record video ideas. So I can probably hit the record button over here in this space, and I can probably record everything that I'm doing over here, moving my mouse. And then it'll probably, after it's done, it'll probably give me the option, of course, to review it, or more so also the option to allow other people to see it.
Yeah.
All right. So do we have a little bit more of an understanding of our top?
Yes.
little bit more understanding about our top, right? All right, good, good, good. I like that. All right, now let's go over here to the side. Because over here on the side, we have a couple of indicators and a couple of things that I do like to use over here that I have a little bit of knowledge of. Uh-oh, look at that. Everybody see that? Hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top on. That's what we like. Okay, boom. So yes, do the alerts work? Yes.
Yes.
If you'd like to use an alert, please do so. That is how you use it. That's how you set it. So definitely, like I say, I'm definitely glad we got a chance to not only use it, set it, but also see it go off. So that's a really good thing also, so we know that it works. So now let's start over here at the top. At the top, we have our watch list, all right? So if I go into my chart and I don't have a price over here at the bottom in big, and I don't have my watch list up here with all my different stocks or cryptos, I can hit this button and boom, that pops up. And if I want to remove it because I want to look at more screen and get more, get more price action in my chart to see what's going on, because I can see this clearly. I don't need to have it in big over here. I can remove that. And now I can, of course, see now 2 to 3 more inches, depending on your computer screen, of actual chart and candles. So keep that in mind. I think that's pretty cool. So of course, to bring it back, we just click it. And of course, to remove it, we just click it again. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so now, of course, we've already gone over the alerts. This is just another place where you can do alerts at also. So keep that in mind. Go over here and just do the same thing that we did over here. Put an alert in, go through all the different questions and answer them. And over here, it's just a little different, but it's still the same. After you click over here, because these are previous ones that I've already set, so it gives me these alerts and it keeps them there until that expiration date expires on when it's going to expire for alerting me on certain things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Do I want to remove this alert? Yes, I do. I'm going to remove this one. Do I want to remove it? Yes, I do. Do I want to remove this one? Yes, I do. So I now have an empty screen, and it probably should show something like this if you don't have any alerts set. To set an alert over here, of course, you just want to click on the clock with the plus sign on top of it, and then that'll bring up this screen right here. And of course, you go through all the information and hit create at the bottom, and then that will set your alert. Do we understand the alert portion?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so now there are parts over here that I don't have a lot of experience also, but I do want to be fair and go over all of them. This is our news area, so we're going to be learning together. This is if you want to get any news on Apple or anything that's going on. This is the news area right here. And perfect. News headlines for Apple. So whatever my asset is, if I go over here and let's say I change my asset to, let's say Tesla, right? Now I should be getting headlines for Tesla. This happened an hour ago. I'm assuming if I click on it, it's going to bring it up bigger to where I can actually read it. Everybody see that?
Sorry, again.
Now, I don't know if that feature is still given if you haven't paid for the subscription. But if it is, there it goes, and you don't have to necessarily go far to find information on whatever asset you have chosen at the top up here where it comes to our symbol search. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you just got it like big in your screen. How did you do that?
Just by clicking on it.
Okay.
Anywhere on it, because as you can see, it gives me the hand, but over here I have an arrow. So anytime I have a hand, that's kind of like an indicator that there's some form of a hyperlink somewhere, and I can click on it to access it. So that's how I accessed it, just by clicking on anywhere on here.
Yeah. Okay.
Great question, though. Definitely a great question.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
I do get to see the news.
Hmm?
I do get to see the news. I don't have a subscription.
Great. That's great information. That's great intel. So yes, we can still see the news, even if we have not paid for the subscription, which is a wonderful thing. So like I say, if you want to do any reading up on the particular crypto, stock, or foreign exchange that you have selected up here, if you click your news button, it is going to provide it, and then you can click on it to make it bigger to really, really be able to read it.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Any questions on that?
No.
All right. So let's bring that back. And this one is the data window. And this is, let's see, today's date, the time, the asset, what minute interval I have it in. And this looks like which type of Tesla that I've chosen, because there's a couple of different Teslas, because there's different economies and different currencies. So these are all the different ones. So I'm assuming whichever one I click will also represent this particular information that was given right here. So just keep that in mind. And this is a hide data. Okay, so I can hide all that by clicking this eyeball, or I can bring it back. It's going to let me know. So my data window lets me know the timestamp of the day, where we're at right now, or where what time I hit the data window. I probably hit it at 11, because down here it's showing 11:02. It opened today at 8:15. The high so far was 8:15:34. The low so far was been 8:11:98. It closed the previous day at 8:12:94. So that definitely means that it opened higher than where it closed. So that means that this is on the uptrend. And the change so far has only been a negative $2.53, which reflects to a 0.31% negative change in a negative direction. Everybody see that? Oh, now it's back positive. So does everybody see that? Same thing with the moving average. Same thing with the moving average. My colors are not the way I like them, but it also gives you the prices for the 20-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day. You can come down here and click on whatever indicator that you have over here. It looks like your data window is going to give you that information also as an actual price, even though it's also showing up here. As you can see, it also has the prices, and it's showing up here also. Do we see the prices up here when I don't hover over it, but look over there?
Yeah,
It's these same prices right here. And you open that up by clicking on that eyeball, and now that opens. And same thing with the VWAP. It's letting me know that that average price that the VWAP is moving on is $811.12. That's around our average price right now that it's doing. And if we see it fall below that, we could be on a downtrend. You know, so that's what that VWAP is, and that information right there. So I know that was a real quick tutorial for everybody, even myself, but do we kind of know where we can go and get data from right over here in our data window?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. And we just click on the eyeballs, and the eyeballs will provide us with all the information. So just keep that in mind.
Yes.
All right, let's see. The next thing we have is a hot list. So what you can do is you can have a hot list, and it looks like you can have multiple different things going on, so where you can be watching all of these particular assets at one time, and at least being able to see the prices go up or down and know whether or not, hey, I need to click over here and be watching this now live, because this thing's right here up 44%. You know, and I'm invested in this. Let me look at this. So if you want to have all of your watch lists up at one time, you may want to change them over to a hot list. And it looks like you can save as a watch list all these different things. All these are different countries, different dollar amounts, different foreign exchanges, everything that's going on. Looks like with the dollars and the foreign exchange for all the different currencies. So just keep that in mind. It looks like it's set towards that as far as the hot list. I don't know if you can change it to assets. You probably can. But as of right now, I don't know. But it does look like right now it's giving out exchange or foreign exchange information for all the different currencies that are out there in the world. Oh, this is GameStop. So this is not a currency. So this is GameStop right here, GM. So it does look like you can add whatever assets you want to it to kind of critique it. So it's something that you're looking for, or it looks like exchange volume game. So it looks like what it's doing. Oh, hot list. So this looks like it's showing all the ones that could be bringing in the most amount, the largest change percentage gains right here. The large percentage lost gains. These are everybody right here. So whoever gained the most, they're right here. Whoever lost the most is right here. Whoever brought in the most volume, they're right here. And that's what this hot list is. Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, we're learning together. I love it.
Yes, yes, yes. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Crystal, for that compliment. I'm trying to do my best, sister. I'm trying to do my best. All right, so we're on the calendar. Now we can come over here, and of course, we can set dates for things. Anything that's going on that we want to set a date for, or it could be something going on in these, and it's already important, and they're giving us information on what's going to happen on these particular dates for this particular company, for this particular ticker sign. So, you know, just keep that in mind. What could be going on? Say this particular space is new for me right here as far as the dates. I haven't used it yet, so I don't have much knowledge about it, but I do see that this information is right here. If anybody is able to get over there and maneuver and take over and just learn everything about it, please share with the group. My ideas, notes. This looks like wherever you want to type anything, and it's like read before publishing, trade review supports, open communication, and creative ideas. We want you to express yourself freely and use TradingView to share insights, learn from others, make friends, and share the love for finance. Please consider the difference between market analysis and a tutorial. The first one should include market analysis and predictions. The latter should contain educational material. Please make sure that you read and follow our house rules to avoid your ideas from getting mediated, to see examples of good ideas and to get practical suggestions for different kinds of analysis. Also, make sure that you check our comprehensive tip on how to build a reputation in this article. So it looks like if you start doing anything over here, you're going to publish something. And publishing something, we know if we use publishing kind of similar to like publishing a book, you're putting something out there for the world to see. So just make sure whatever you decide to put out there is something that you want the world to have. All right?
Yeah.
No, for real. So
How did you get that to pop up like what it meant?
You have to.
I was just guessing, sis. No, I'm just. I clicked over here on the my ideas, and once I clicked over here, this came up, and then I clicked new, and then
Okay.
So,
Thanks.
no problem. And then if you get in there and you're like, hey, I don't want to put anything in there right now, I just learned that you can hit this X button at the top, and then of course I can hit that again, and then it kind of takes all that out of it.
Yes, great.
Does that help?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, mine's just showed something different. It asked me for my account verification, but I don't have a subscription.
Right. It could be, you'll notice with some of these that I may hit or start to hit that because of no prescription, it could pop, it may provide like a little pop-up window versus giving you the option to kind of see what I was just showing right there. So just keep that in mind. But I don't know who has paid for one and who hasn't. So I just still want to kind of go over every button, regardless if I have knowledge or experience about it. Let's go over it anyway and just look at it as a group and let's learn together because we've been doing a great job of that. So the next thing is public chat. So there's a public ongoing chat right now going on. people are putting stuff in there and adding stuff. You know, let me see. I'm gonna put in there, I love trading, and hit enter. And now I'm in there. Card K12, just now, loves trading. Shows that I'm on this particular asset right now and I'm watching it right now, you know, and it just said, of course, right now. And of course, people probably can comment, put the thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatever, and show whether or not they like it. Somebody just published a chart right here to show something. You know, if I wanted to look at it, I probably could click on it as such. It'll show it right there. So this is another person's technical analysis. What they're showing right here is is an ascending triangle. Ascending triangle is kind of this right here. You have a couple of points to where it hits up here, it comes down, hits up here again, comes down, and then hits up here again. And then what he's predicting is that it is going to hit down right here, possibly even bounce down here to kind of fake us out. That's why he has this line with this finger, but it is going to bounce back up, and he thinks it's going to bounce up to at least this particular price action. So that's definitely a really good technical analysis. I like that. Bono Trade Avenue doing the thing, keep doing it. But yes, this is the whole space right here. I don't know if you don't have a subscription, whether or not you have access to it. But if you do, that's pretty cool.
I do.
You do? Perfect,
Yep.
perfect. So yes, so that's this particular space right here. And as you can see, people are over there pretty much all day just adding stuff. And it probably has a lot of great information, like just seeing that right there. If I wasn't already paying attention to this asset that Bono just put up there, I could probably, because I know what an ascending triangle is, I may want to make a wager just based upon him already doing the technical analysis. But of course, I wouldn't kind of do that, but I could if I wanted to, because that person looks like they've kind of already done it. So that's what this space is right here, the public chat. Right here, we have the private chat. So if you wanted to send something to probably just, you have no private chat messages. If I wanted to send something probably directly to somebody, I would have to know your username in this space. And then I can type it in up here and then type my message and then hit send. So just keep that in mind. You know, once everybody's in this space, if you, if you want to send a direct message, if I wanted to send a direct message to Miss Linda right now, if Miss Linda gave me her username for tradingview.com, I could be able to send that. Miss Linda, I do see that your hand is up. Yes, ma'am. Do you have a question, Miss Linda? I do see that your hand is raised.
Oh, no, that was before. I'm going to take it down. Sorry.
Did I answer it?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So like I say, if y'all want to later on, because everybody possibly should have everybody's email address now, if you want to get everybody's username so you can send private chats to each other. I just received one from Maria. There it is. Amazing. It's amazing when we can learn something and then right after learning it, being able to use it. Amazing. So Maria just give me a little shout out, say, hey, Mr. Prophet. And I'm saying, hey, back, Maria.
Great.
So that's amazing right there. So that's the public chat right there. And of course, if I probably wanted to send something back to her, I would click on it. Or is this it right here? No, I don't want to flag it. I don't want to flag it. I would probably just have to come back up here.
Underneath.
And,
Click on the
okay, right. So now this is kind of giving me a whole, what about Maria and what she's got going on and her user. Nothing private or anything like that, but just letting me know, okay, if I received a message from Maria and I didn't know her, I could be able to like say, okay, well, hey, who is this person? Who is this person? So, stuff like that. And let me see what this little button is. Maximize the chat. And this is detach the chat. So now I can have my own little chat going on right here. And if I wanted to type something back and say, hey, Maria. It should send it. Did you receive it, Maria?
Yes, yeah, received it.
Got it.
There it goes. There it is. So we have that going on. So if you're on here, like I say, and you're really, really developing a relationship with other classmates in here, and everybody's feeding off each other for information, and you can say, well, hey, I'm gonna go on TradingView right now. If you don't necessarily, if you can't call me, let's pull out our private chat and we can chat back and forth.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think that was pretty cool. Thank you, Marie, for sending the shout out
Yes.
like that. I think that was really, really cool. Let's see. And now because I've used the public chat, it's now letting me know that 2 new people have put something in there. It could be us, who knows? But just now you'll start getting little indicators and numbers of what's going on right here. So I'm sorry, ideas stream. So I'm assuming this is where people have put in those different technical analysis about what's going on and put them over here and publish them over here. So you can do that right here, but that's going back to right here to where my ideas and that button, you have that same button up here. So it's just now allowing you to publish it and keep it over here to hot ideas. So any hot ideas that's going on out here, any technical analysis that's going on, anybody watching charts and seeing different things, I can come over here and look at it and maybe use it to help me out, if I'm investing in these particular assets. So just keep that in mind. That's what the idea stream is. You can stream your ideas also. All right.
In the free version, you don't see anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that could be because of the free version.
Yeah.
But like I say, we don't need this space. And a lot of the things that I'm showing that you may not have to be profitable, always keep that in mind. Let's definitely use it to be profitable. And then once we're ready to invest into ourselves in this space, then we can do so.
Yeah.
Let's see, the next thing is streams. Looks like kind of like the same thing, but it looks like it'll allow you to kind of stream almost anything, because this looks like more so a flyer. So if I wanted to stream, like I'm having, say like the workshop that we did, if I wanted to stream a picture of the workshop, it looks like I can stream it over here, and it just doesn't have to be charts. It looks like I can actually do a video and all that, because it looks like I have a play button right here. So this is definitely pretty cool. Like I say, if you don't have it as part of right now with the non-subscription, don't worry about it. I don't want to say that you're missing out on anything, because you aren't. It's just an added feature. Just keep that in mind. And of course, over here, we have notifications. Let's see. I love trading. I hate it. Somebody put this in here. And okay, aggressive leader. Just put that in there. So just keep that in mind. Okay, let's see. And this last one right here is order panel. So if I wanted to start buying and connect to a broker, and like me and Marie, and we went over and she was teaching us basically about the stop loss and putting in orders. This is where you would actually put orders in at here. I would have to connect to a broker and log into a broker/exchange account to start trading. And now this button down here, the DOM, to where all of these orders right here to buy or to sell, I would be one of these people in here ready to buy or sell whatever this asset is right now, because I put the order in right here at the order panel. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I do have a short question, because now, like in the, was it the DOM, the DN? What's this?
This particular asset I just have up here, it was the last one I clicked. It looks like Minzu.
Yeah.
Right. This one.
Yeah. So yeah, what I was wondering, like when you click on the DOM on the right side, on the DOM. Yeah, exactly. That one. So now you see like blue, right? When the numbers are white, and the numbers are getting
Right.
green.
When the numbers are white, it's neutral. There's no buying and selling going on.
Okay.
Yes, but when you see blue, it's buying going on. When you see red, there's selling going on. Right now, it's neutral, which kind of explains things because as we see over here, this asset can get kind of spotty to where sometimes there's really no money really coming in, but the time intervals still have to place something in between there to reference that it was there for that particular time, even though no new money or new orders were put in for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, this was a great question as far as what does the white mean? The white mean that there's no orders in right now. And when you see this do right here, that means that the time frame is over. The time frame is over. So that's what's letting you know. And it's moving over to the next time frame and also the next shift of money. So now we're getting some red. So now there's some selling going on. Hence the reason we see this, the asset right here over the side moving in red versus moving up in green. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That was a great question though.
Yeah, sorry, just like one last one. Is it also possible to buy and to sell on this site or not? Or is it, it is?
Yes, ma'am. If I wanted to, I can go over here and hit connect. And then now I would just, connect to whichever one of these particular platforms, because Gemini is with crypto. Of course, we know Forex is with the foreign exchange. I don't know what this one is. I haven't heard of it before, but it has to be connected to one of the three. I know of trading stations. So I would just have to connect to whichever ones these are showing that tradingview.com as a platform is also connected to the buy and sell orders of these platforms. So that means all of these platforms right here, buy and sell orders, are also being reflected over here.
Okay.
Question.
Right. Yes.
Can you go to Apple and explain it?
Yes.
They got the different colors.
Right. And as you can see right now, if we're looking at the end of the asset and the asset is trying to push up, even though we have more sellers right now, the asset is trying to do its best. So what we will pay attention, if we see more red than we see blue, we want to look over here and see what direction. So right now it's kind of staying put. The buyers are trying to do their best to not go down. They're trying to push up. They're trying to push up. As you can see, the candlestick itself is trying to push up. So excuse me. I don't want to get the hiccups, so I'm like, hold on, let me stop talking. Hold on.
Take your time. Take your time.
Okay. Okay. So what I like to do sometimes when I get real intense and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna super watch this asset, I will watch it and zoom in on it like I'm doing now, and I'll watch the buy and sell orders, and I'll watch the buy and sell orders push this asset up. I think this asset is going to do, it's definitely run up a nice little bit. I think it could be doing a nice, it's going to do another bull flag, a bear flag, I'm sorry. So all of this right here, it's run up. I think it may run back down though, in my opinion, because I do have a wick way down here. And this asset, Apple, is in an unfortunate downtrend, just for consolidation of the time period being, we're at it has hit some highs in a sense. It's hit some highs over here. So now that it's hit its highs and hit it a couple of times, it's now working its way down. So that's why I feel like I just made that statement about all this red right here. This could be a bull flag kind of developing, and you could possibly see this asset work its way all the way back down to here, in my opinion, of course. So just keep that in mind as far as this information, and just,
Why wasn't there no action on the other one? Is that a different time zone?
The other one just isn't not necessarily a time zone. It was a different time zone, probably based upon the name of the asset. The asset looks like it was an Asian asset. based upon the pronouncing of the spelling of the asset. So the Asian market is, I think the Asian market is like at least 11 or 12 hours ahead of us. So right now it could be aftermarket for them. But also that particular asset, if I was to go back to it, I forgot what it was. That asset had a lot of spotty candlesticks. I think it was YGM, this right here. That asset has a lot of spotty candles, not really candles like this, but spots. So you're going to have moments where this asset isn't doing anything. It's just sitting there neutral, not moving up or down. Like right now, it's ticking, and it's been sitting right there at $39.13 and hasn't moved one lick because there's no buyer and no sell orders. Does that kind of make sense?
Yep.
Yep. People have to buy it for it to move up, and people have to sell it for it to move down. Can't do either one without. So let's see.
Where do you see like how many people are in it? The volume, I think that's what it's
When you go over, I don't know if they get a complete, I don't know if they provide that in-depth information, but you can see that whenever there is, let me put it back on Apple. That was a better one. You can see that next to the dollar amount, see, that's 200, that's 340, that's 100, that's 500, that's 8, that's 30. You know, those, when it's blue, that's how many are being bought. When it's red, that's how many are being sold.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But as far as the number of sale orders and the number of buy orders, I haven't found that particular feature yet. And I don't want to say that it doesn't have it, but I don't see it yet.
I think I know maybe, but we can check it out.
But
So,
that was definitely a great question.
Brother Lee,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can go to the watch list.
Maybe we can go to the what? I'm sorry, say it again.
Maybe we can go to the watch list on the right upper corner. Yes. And then scroll down.
Oh, right here.
Like, yeah, well, no, even more down. Can you scroll down, more down?
Oh, yes, yes.
And more, and then more, yeah. And then you can click on more technicals. And then I saw this one. So I'm not sure if you can see like so many people are selling and so many people are buying. I'm not sure, but what do you think?
It definitely gives something of sales, buys, and neutrals in a sense. I think this could be more so if you yourself were looking to know whether or not you want it. Should I be buying or should I be selling? I think this is kind of giving an indication on whether or not you should, whether this is a good buy or whether it isn't. But I'm not sure. I want to get more information on it before I say that. Yeah. But if it does say what you were talking about, that's definitely good. Also, let me move this over a little bit.
And I do see the volume.
The volume for which?
For Apple, like how many people are actually in it?
I think this is it right here.
No, if you go down a little bit more, right there, volume, key stats volume.
Okay, so this is the amount of money that they've brought in today.
Oh, never mind.
But no, listen, hey, that's still good.
Yeah,
the reason we
that's
know,
how you learn.
Listen, the reason why we know that, if we come over here and I highlight Apple, if we look all the way to the right, what does it say the volume is? Like 42 million?
Right.
And then when we go back over here, the volume was showing to say 40, it was showing 41 just now, but it just popped up to 46. So I think that is that particular volume as far as what it's bringing in today. And this is their average volume in the last 10 days, 117. This is their market cap. This is, I think, 2.2 trillion. And the reason why I say that is because I have a B here instead of an M. So if there wasn't 4 digits right here after this particular decimal, I would say that it was just a billion, but there's there's 4 numbers. So this column right here represents the trillions. And this is the dividend yield. It lets you know that it's going to yield 0.62% per share on however many shares that you buy. So that's really good information. And there's more. Price to earnings, basic EPS, and shares and floating shares. And like I say, if you're wanting to get more information about that, like I say, copy and paste these words, put them in Google, look them up, get a better, get their technical definition for it. Go to YouTube, pull up to see if somebody's explaining it, you know, stuff like that, so you can get more information. But yes, as we go back up to here where we're normally just used to looking at this, if I just kind of bring this up a little bit more, now, yes, we do see all of this. We see the days average, meaning that the low for today has been $130.93. The high for the day has been $134.80, and it's been ranging for the last moments or so around here. Around its 52-week range, it's been ranging around here though. Even though in the last 52 weeks, the low of the 52 weeks was $53.15, and the high was $145.09. It's been ranging in between here lately. So that's what this particular indicator right here is.
Do you think Apple will ever go back down to $53?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But, you know, they're a good company, so I don't think so.
I'm on an Apple product right now.
Right. There's a lot of people, so, you know.
And it still works. It's like maybe 10 years old and it still works. It's just a little slow.
Yeah, my mom used to have a Macintosh way back in the day, and that thing lasted for at least to the 2000s. And she had that like the early, maybe the early, maybe mid 80s or early 90s or whatnot. So
that's me. It's like, it's still working. It's still working. I don't need to go buy a new one. It's just fine.
It's just fine. Let's turn a little bit more profit, and then we'll start upgrading on stuff like a subscription. I just bought a laptop for myself the other day, like 2 days ago. And that's because I did pretty good these last couple of days. And I had wanted a laptop, but I waited to buy one after I turned a profit. So now when I go on vacation and after the class is over, I'll take it with me. I've kind of promised myself and my woman that I kind of won't even trade. I'm just going to relax and not do nothing, because that's what the vacation is actually for. It's just supposed to be for relaxation. But
you're going to sneak in that bathroom and be watching.
I am going to peek at the market. I am going to peek at the market, because I just don't want to not be able to put something in and maybe say, well, you know what, I can put it in now, and it'll be going in the same direction for the next 5 or so days. So now I don't have to worry about it, you know, anymore. And I can just come back once I get off vacation and really, really look at it.
And I already know she knows you're going to do it too.
She kind of knows me. She knows me. Yes, you are correct. You know, and this is these are earnings right here. The gray or the white is what they estimated. The green is what they did. So of course they met earnings or went above it. Same thing right here in the second quarter. They went above earnings. Right here, they were kind of like a little bit over it. So they did go over earnings. Right here, they also went over earnings and what the expectations were. And right now we're in this particular one. So we're going to find out what's going on and will they be over earnings again. All right. Same thing with the income statement, just giving information and letting you know where they're at. This is the profit margin right here. So it looks like they were profitable up here, but right now, not necessarily, you know, as far as when it comes to the revenue and the profit and also the net income. So I'm sorry, the net income and the profit, it looks like they definitely are, because they're not on the same line. But like I say, this is just definitely more information. This is annual. Looks like you can probably click over there and go quarterly. And it looks as far as a good company, it looks very good. So this is just, like I say, more information. How it's been performing this last week, it's been losing. This last month, it's still been losing. Now, if you take the last 3 months, it's been up 15%. You take the last 6 months, 25. You take the last year or year to date, it has at least been positive 0.47%. And you take the last full year, not a year to date, it is up 72%. So, it's one of those things. This is all great information. The more you get in this space, the more you will learn, and the more all of this information will be prevalent, and you will know how to use it and make sure that you get the most out of it. Right here, to kind of end what we were going, this side over here, this is the new objective tree, multi-select drawing tools. I've never used this before, so I'm gonna just click it. And it looks like it's giving me the asset that I'm on, and also the indicator that I have over here, and also the other indicator that I have over here. So I'm guessing it's just letting me know what I'm using right now. Manage layout drawings, just clicking on there.
And you put XRP.
Right, so, it looks like all the different things that I've ever drawn on at one point in time, it has those drawings still on there. Because all of them have different amount of drawings on here, but all of these assets at some point in time, I have looked them up for somebody, or I've looked them up for myself, and I've put some drawings on here. So this is managing my layout drawings on all my different assets that I've drawn anything on, from a line to a circle to whatever. These are all of them, and here's showing how many are on there. 21 drawings, 19 drawings, 15, things of that nature. So this is how I manage that. If I get to a situation to where it says, well, hey, you got way too many drawings out there, and we're not going to allow you to add any more drawings. Not to say it will, but it may, who never knows. It's letting me know right here that I have 570 drawings out there. And if it ever tells me that I need to cut some back, I can come over here and I can just start clicking, and I can delete them. And I'm assuming once I go to that asset, that asset won't have any drawings on there. Meaning I'm going to look for the ICLN. I have 11 drawings on there. So let's see if I actually have 11 drawings on ICN. I do have indicators on there. Let's see, okay, there's one drawing. So I probably over time have put that many. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, there they go. They coming now. Okay. And now that I'm actually clicked on there, these are all the different ones that are on there. And of course, if I want to, I can click right here, click right here, click right here. And as I'm clicking and deleting, they're disappearing. Or I can, of course, not delete them, but I can actually hide them, So just keep that in mind. So yes, I'm glad that we went over here. I myself just learned something. So this is where I come over here and I manage all of my drawings for whatever asset I'm looking at. So that was pretty cool that I myself just learned that. Hopefully the family also learned that also. And we are recording on YouTube, so you can go back and look at this. So this is where you go and you manage all of your drawings. If you have too many, or you just want to delete some or whatever, you can do that over here. And this is the help center. And of course, whatever you need help in, whatever your question is, you will want to type it over here. It looks like there's different columns and categories of different things, to where, if you got questions on billing, hey, I'd like to cancel my subscription and receive a refund, I can go there. If I have questions about charts, cursive is being moved or displayed incorrectly, this is, you want to click that and you want to put that in and go even in depth. Is the drawing point don't snap to the OHLC volume correctly? All of that, you can go over here and really, really type in your question or pick a question that's already up there and use that from it and use that for your help desk. And then once, of course, you picked your question, my support tickets, I think you click over here and send that in, and then they'll get back to you to answer your question. And of course, these looks like the most popular one. I've lost my charts, or I forgot my user/password and would like to restore access to my trading view. All those different things, looking for someone else, looking for something else, free user, frequently asked questions, keyboard shortcuts. So if you want to learn all the shortcuts, say, hey, your mouse is tripping or whatever, and you say, hey, I'm not going to buy one till tomorrow, but I still want to look at these charts while and I want to use all my shortcuts. Here's where we click over here and get all the shortcuts. So this is definitely really, really good information right over here. And definitely use it as much as possible if you have questions and I myself can't answer it, and you still have that question and you want to get it answered, come down here to the Help Center, which is the circle with the question mark on there. And I did hit my scroll button on my mouse, and that shows to be the last thing. As we can see up here, there's actually an arrow kind of grayed out, and that when you have that on any of your tool sides, that's letting you know that something's being hidden. So if you click it, it'll bring it down. It's the same thing over here. If I go back and I add all of my time intervals up here, and it starts taking up space, as you can see, more and more space is being taken up there at the top. So now, as that continues to happen, now I'm losing my actual indicators and other things. So now what may happen, they may create some form of a arrow that's grayed out, because now you've added so much to where we may not be able to keep everything on the side for you. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So you'll see that certain times it'll be over here or at the top if you added so many things, or you'll see it down here at the bottom. Right here, it's right there right now. It doesn't have the help desk showing. So if I wanted to show it, I can click it by going down here and it'll bring it back up, and vice versa. And the same thing over here. If too many drawings or they start adding more things on this side and it starts working its way all the way down here, there will be an indication of, hey, you want to click that little shadow arrow up here at the top or at the bottom so you can see all of your different options. To kind of give somewhat of my best tutorial when it comes to using all of the buttons on the outside, I hope I did somewhat of a decent job. If you want to get that same effect that we get on FinViz right here, when it comes to the screener right here and just getting all of the assets and seeing what's bringing in what, ooh, sundial at 500 million. I love it. Ooh, it's back up to, oh God. How did I let you get back up to 102 without me knowing it? No.
Woohoo!
That's okay though. That's okay.
That's what you're gonna be doing on vacation. She's like, what you smiling about?
Right.
Marjorie,
Yes, ma'am.
could you maybe check like
XRP.
XRP, please?
Oh, XRP did a crazy dip.
Yes, ma'am. There you go right there. Let's get it on the day chart
Yes.
so we can see it. And as you can see, XRP literally mimicked this right here,
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
And it's just really, in my opinion, trying to get back where it's supposed to be. Like, I feel like it's supposed to be right around here. You know,
Yeah.
like this is a good, all of this is going out of there and coming back there. And then once you get here, go out of there again, just to come back right here. So in my opinion, it looks like it wants to get back and start trading exactly where it's supposed to be at. But of course, I can't predict the market. Well, yes, as far as XRP and looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody was about to say something?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. we just wanted to share because we were like looking at it this weekend, and it went crazy. Yeah, it went up, it went down,
It
Mhm.
did.
and
It
but
did.
it was really. I have to be honest. It was really nice also to just sit and just to
Right.
look at it.
It definitely, it went really nice. It did. Now, my thing is, if anybody on here is buying XRP and they're using XRP as their long-term investment, don't allow this right here to trick you out of the game and sell your XRP, because as we can see, it's becoming more and more difficult to buy XRP. We got to jump through more and more hoops to buy XRP. And I found out that we can buy it right now on Atomic Wallet. I'm gonna put that in the chat. So if anybody's still trying to buy any XRP, you can go to Atomic Wallet. I hear that they are allowing people to buy it. But in my opinion, I'm saving my XRP till it gets around about $20 to $30. So even though I see all of this going on, I kind of really don't see it because it's nowhere near where I think it's going to be at. So I'm not selling it, even though we have the news and we have the Reddit and we have the Wall Street, group that's trying to pump it and send it up. That's cool. If the Wall Street group pump it to $20 or $30 in these next couple of days, I may sell it, because then I'll be a millionaire then. But if they don't pump it to my amount, I'm just watching it pump and dump. I'm not going to get tricked out of my XRP.
Yeah.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Yep.
So I'm just watching. I see it. I watched it. Yep. It hit like 70 something. Just went right back over here and touched it, tried to create a new high in a sense from the 52 weeks,
Yeah.
It definitely, it was nice to see that my account was reflecting a lot better than the 27 cents it had been sitting at. So,
Yeah.
so I'm definitely happy about that. But for me though, I'm not selling. I may buy more. Now, if I buy more and I'm thinking about trading it, and that small amount that I'm not hodling or holding, I'm just trading it, then yes, I'm paying attention to this and I am watching the next run up, and I'm definitely going to take advantage of it because I'm trading. I'm invested in XRP, so that means that's long haul. I'm not selling it just because somebody just kind of pumped it up real quick and, it shot way up here. I'm not doing that unless I bought some more to just trade with, in my opinion.
So if you got profit of this, you could sell the profit and then wait until it drops again.
You're kind of low right now, Maria.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
So when you got the profit, you could sell the profit, then wait till it drops again, and then you can buy it again.
Yes, you could. If I wanted
Would you do that?
If I wanted to, I can take my XRP that I have holding, all of it, and when it hit up here, I could have sold it, and of course, it was worth way more up here. I could have done that, and then I could have waited to come back to put it back in there. The thing is, I don't know when the pump going to start or if it's going to dump, so it's very risky right now. And with my position on 17 cents, I'm not going to give up my position of 17 cents for a quick little pump right there. Not me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give up that position for a quick little pump.
Yeah.
Miss Linda, looks like you have your hand up. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you were talking about long-term and short-term investing. Do you do that on different sites, or would you do it all on the one site?
I do it on different sites, whichever one will allow me to. And when it comes to hold long-term, I don't leave it on that site. I always transfer it to one of my different ledgers. If I'm long-terming, because if I'm long-terming it, I don't need for it to be on that platform to where something happens on that platform. And then now I got to be texting back and forth and sending emails, because now with this space also, they don't do customer service as far as having a live person. Nobody does that. Everybody use email. So I don't want to be emailing you about my money. You know what I'm saying? I want to definitely talk to somebody, but they don't have that. So I would have to. So for me, I'm just not even going to deal with that by not even keeping it on any site. and just keeping mine on a cold wallet or offline wallet.
It's on an offline wallet or cold wallet for your long-term investments.
For my long-term investments, yes, I do cold wallets or offline wallet. Now, if I know that I'm going to be trading in a different asset, a crypto, and we're talking about cryptos when we're talking about digital wallets, then I will leave it on my platforms that I'm trading on because I may trade it at any point in time.
Okay. Yep.
If that kind of makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yep. Because I do want to do stuff long term and short term to make some money.
Okay.
Okay.
As you should, I would definitely encourage people, if you're going through this entire workshop and you're going through this 30 days and I'm teaching you how to get in and get out, it would behoove you to kind of make you a little bit of money now. It would almost be a waste of knowledge to not every now and then make you some money just because you know how to look for it. You know what to look for.
Do you have an
Right.
example for a short term?
Say that again.
Do you have an example for a short term stock or a crypto or a thing that we can see?
As far as an example, right now on my phone, I'm actually on crypto.com and I'm trading VeChain. I put about 4,000 into VeChain and I'm just letting it sit right now because right now it's down. So I'm just going to allow it to sit to where I get to a point to where it is back in profit. I don't want to sell it for where it's at right now because if I did, I will be selling it at probably like 3,900, and then I would already, of course, lose 100. And I think I got in at 4,200, so I would be losing about $300. Yeah, that's around about a little bit under 10%, of my entire investment. So if I wanted to just take my loss right there and get out, I can. But I don't want to because I think the asset at some point in time is going to come back up. Now, I can't lie. This wick right here really scares me when it's being invested into this asset. So I can't lie. If I see this asset start getting around here in a sense of, dropping and really coming down, I may just take my loss. And it may be a 15 or 20% loss. You know what I'm saying? And I will take that because I don't want to come all the way back down here and wait even longer to now come way back up here to actually just break even and not even turn a profit, but just to break even. So I'm watching this, and definitely if I start seeing it flirting around this particular area, I may just get out because right here, as we see, this is an all-time high and this is an all-time high. And we know with all-time highs, what happens afterwards. We see a retracement, right? Yeah. So it could be retracing, and the retracement could not be done. It could be going all the way down here because this is definitely a shoot up, and this is a shoot up right here. So it may want to retrace all that shoot up, or this is kind of a shoot up also. Hence the reason we have this long wick. So I myself have possibly made a bad investment by getting in up here and not waiting and being a little bit more patient. So as we have this conversation right now, I may just wait and watch this particular asset and see it do this, see the next time it's going to create its top highs by coming right here and adding my TTM squeeze and also my RSI. So now in the short term of this particular asset, I can watch it kind of move up and see how high it's going to go up right here. And when is it going to hit the top up here? And when it does that, I may just get out and say, you know what? This is the most that I'm going to get out of it right now at this particular moment, and try not to get much more because this asset is possibly looking to drop all the way back down to where I was showing that particular long wick at. And I don't want to have my money in at that particular time, because it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean technically I made a bad investment, but it just means that I'm going to have to wait longer. So always understand that there's technically not a such thing as a bad investment if you invested into a good asset, a good crypto, or a good stock. If it starts to go down and retrace hard, you just may have to be a lot more patient to get your money back or to see a profit on your money. Does that also make sense?
Yeah.
Yes,
So I can stay where I'm at and say, you know what, I don't plan on doing any other trading on there. And I don't know if it's going to hit this, even though there's that wick, and I do use wicks to tell the future. At any point in time, it can get pumped again and go way up here, and I can be in super profit. So that was the kind of reason why I got in. But I'm definitely going to watch it, because as you can see right now, when it comes to the TTM squeeze overall on the day chart, it's definitely working its way down to now being at the bottom of the squeeze right here, because it's coming to a point right here. And also on the RSI, it's midway and it's already touched the actual bottom right here and hit the top right here. So this could be somewhat of a downtrend taking place when it comes to my RSI, which also means that my asset or my candlesticks are going to also follow somewhat in direction. So I could be getting out of this and just taking my loss at the little 10% or less than, and that be it, because I don't want to experience that. That's a whole cent difference. Right now it's at 2 cents 6. If it goes all the way down to here, that's 1 cent 2. That's down there. That's more than half. So I don't want to lose that and have to sit there and wait there that long for the money to work its way right back up to here just to be in profit, to turn around and go past that for me now to be in the to definitely be taking a profit. So I may be getting out pretty soon, maybe as soon as we get off the line.
Yeah. And did you buy 4,000 coins or $4,000?
I spent 4,200, and I thought I spent them at let me look on my, to be right and exact. Give me 1 second. I'm actually going into my account on my phone. And yeah, right now it's at 3,900 and really 38. So I bought in, my buy-in price was at 2 cents 9. So I've already dropped because it's at 2 cents 6. So when you I hit the 4,200 and divide it by, that's how many coins I received, 144,000, which, you know, of course now it's going in that direction, but now anytime it does a 10th of a cent, I make $144. And that means anytime this right here moves, this 6 moves, hence the reason why I'm down $400, because it moved down 3 cents. So if I do this times 3, this is the reason why I'm down close to $400 or so, because this has moved from being 9 to being a 6 right now.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
So when you put in a lot, you win big and you lose big.
Yeah.
You know, but the more we're in this space, the more we get in at great times. So we do more winning big than, of course, losing big.
Yeah.
And of course, we mitigate our losses by paying attention, see if we see bottom wicks. I see this wick right here. Remove this real quick and remove this real quick. But I see this wick right here. I see this wick right here. And I see this wick right here. And I see this wick right here. So there's definitely a good chance that this asset could work its way all the way back down to here. And then after that, shoot up really, really crazy, because it's definitely hit a serious floor and literally for days, possibly months, now just be working its way back up. And this is where I'm going to definitely pay attention to this asset and try and get back in, because this asset is going to literally go possibly from being at 1 cent 2 to trying to hit a new high of going past 3 cents for. So that's going to be amazing. And of course, if I have the same amount of buying power in there, and I buy it at 4,200, and I buy it at the 1.2. Now I get 350,000 of them. So now if I stay in from 1 cent to and get out, let's say if I get out at 3 cents to, because I know that 3.5 is getting close to the high, and we know what happens when we get to highs. So even if I was to go up 2 full cents, $7,000.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Definitely. So, this is the reason why once you build your buying power and your investment and your capital and your portfolio up to doing that, and you feel comfortable doing that, of course, the gains are going to come there, and it's going to seem like a great idea that you did it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely see we've definitely hit the 12 o'clock mark. I didn't get a chance to get any questions in, so I definitely want to do that right now for at least the next 15 minutes or so. Are there any questions or anything?
No.
I have one. Can you possibly pull up a crypto GRT and look at the chart with me, please?
All right, so this is definitely a very, very new crypto. This one just started in December.
Yeah.
I have it on the monthly. When I break it down, of course, it's still in the uptrend. When I break it down, it's still in the uptrend. It's kind of did a little bull flag a little bit. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Or a person could say a ascending triangle, in a sense.
And what would that mean? The ascending triangle.
Ascending triangle, when I put the word AS in front of it, means that
it's uptrend.
Right. And descending triangle means that it's downtrend.
Okay.
So, and it has done what it was supposed to do. In an ascending triangle, it shoots past the mark that it's real tough to hit. This right here where this wick is, and this wick it's been real tough. That's why you needed this candle and this candle to push past it. This wick also tried to hit here. This area right here also hit here. This area hit here. So after he's made multiple attempts to hit an area but not make lower lows, the lows were higher. The lows were higher. Do we see that?
Yes.
The lows were higher. That's indicating that an ascending triangle, and at some point in time, it's going to bust through this top line right here, like it did right here, and it's going to bust through. How far it's going to bust through, we don't know. Some people try to measure the backside and say, oh, it's going to do the backside. It doesn't always do it. Sometimes it does, but it should do what this has done, but it doesn't guarantee anything more than that, than this right here, and it has done that. So, and sometimes right afterwards, it may go down, and create a bull flag right afterwards. I mean, a bear flag right afterwards, or a descending triangle. So, just be careful with all of the indicators. They, majority of the time, they do what, not do, but they do actually apply the indications that they are kind of giving out to us, or the signals, but it doesn't give an indication of how long they're going to give that to us. All right. As you can see, it did it right here. It went up, but then as you can see right now, we got a red candle developing right next to it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I was reading the different charts, and I just wanted to make sure I was doing it properly, which is why I asked.
No, that's definitely a good question. Definitely a good question. Any other great questions? while we're in this space right now. And any other great questions?
If you don't mind, could you look up a stop and let's break it down a little bit?
All right. What's the stop?
EHANG, EHANG. E.
Is that echo?
Yeah. Yep, right there. That top one.
All right. So definitely this particular asset looks like it started last in 2019.
Yeah.
In December. And definitely since November the 20th of last year has been on the upswing. Now, because it went up so hard, as you can see, you know, the monthly chart's not showing that. It's just showing that it's going up and it's showing green candles. But as we get to the weekly chart, as we start getting to a daily chart, as we start getting to a 4-hour chart, we start seeing that this asset must retrace and it must, in a sense, work its way back down to being to be natural in a sense. It must, because all this was just it ran itself right out of its natural pattern right here. So in my opinion, it's going to work its way back down to this natural pattern, maybe around this area right here, you know, with the, excuse me, y'all, moving too fast, but with a wick being right here, a candle body sitting right here, another candle body right here. So let's just look at a couple of more time frames. And as you can see, it almost tried to hit, but it gapped right back up. So in my opinion, you know, this particular asset could retrace back down to here or even retrace back down to here because it ran up here also. This is natural right here. Buyers and sellers. This is, I don't want to say this is a little unnatural, as you can see, because what happened? This happened and that happened. So it kind of never fails. When it does run up unnaturally or pumps, it will dump. So, you know, it may come back down and test either one of these particular lines, in my opinion. Of course, you know, I can't predict it, but like I say, just definitely be watching this asset if this is something that you're going to get into, and check it out. It may be done retracing, who knows? Just follow it. If you start seeing that it starts making higher highs, and these highs start being compatible with these highs over here, and then you start seeing over here and it's pushing, then it may not. And then that may be your confirmation up here to get in up here to know for a fact that it's not in a downtrend and it's in an overall downtrend and it's not trying to fake you out, because it can do that a lot of times and fake us out and have us thinking one thing when in all actuality, it's really just going down. But if you don't watch the chart, you kind of don't know. Hey, where's my toolbar though? It's like now when I click on here, my toolbar isn't. See, I done clicked on something. It's not giving me my options like I used to. Change my colors. Yeah. But I don't want to have to be double clicking it. I don't like that. But yes, so just watch it. Just watch it, you know, just watch it. Because this is definitely something, as you can see, that's literally going straight up. That has no angle whatsoever. So that's going to have to be accounted for. This right here doesn't have much of an angle, but it's already taking it. It's already taken this right here by taking this. Now, is it going to take this is the question, because this hasn't been taken yet. This has been taken from here to here, has been taken all the way down here, but from here to here hasn't been taken away from yet. This from here to here has been taken because it was taken from here to here. You see what I'm saying? Are y'all noticing that the pumps get dumped? So this pump right here, from this point right here, This pump got dumped. So it took that. This is good. This has buyers and sellers now. This doesn't have buyers and sellers right here. So in my opinion, it may be coming down and working its way back down in this particular area. All right. You with me, Mr. Gary?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Hold on one second. Perfect. Thank you for your patience. Before we shut it down, any other questions?
No, sir.
No,
No.
thank you so much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no problem. Hey, once again, thank everybody in the group for coming with that great participation today
Brother
and those
Prophet,
great questions. Yes, ma'am.
don't forget me.
What was your
We do
question? I'm sorry. Please
Robinhood.
forgive me. Oh, Robin Hood afterwards. Yes, we will do that. I just don't want to record that.
Right.
So I'm gonna stop recording. We're actually still live on Facebook, so I'm gonna shut that off also. Let's see. Copy the link just in case. So now I've copied the link and I put it in whatchamacallit. So now everybody can go and look at that. And